We're back again. Roll theme music. Oh, and we're joined by special guest Alan. Alan will be joining us for a little to pretty much cover the damage amount that needs to be done here. Thank you. I didn't need that.
Screw us. We didn't need a healer.
Yeah, we don't need a healer.
No, you didn't need that pencil either.
That's all Sarah was for. Is damage. Don't worry about it.
Let's be honest. You guys never get hit.
Sarah's gonna come back and be like, "Oh, the whole party died. I wonder what happened."
Yeah, I'm pretty much got to the first 2 hours of the next session is going to be. So look, you have to go get these guys. It got real bad. I didn't I don't know, man. There is a fetch quest that went real wrong. With that, Adela has been returned to her form, walking the material plane once again. We will say that everybody has then gone back to their respective rooms, where we're going to join back into the story. Yes.
You mean we just tricked the guy into being Adela, and then we just went, "All right, good night."
So remember that time that Russell showed up and didn't do anything for 4 hours?
Yeah.
We're avoiding that again. And then, you're back. And then Adela finger guns everybody, and then everybody finger guns back, screaming in chaos around you guys. Then you went back to it.
Also, didn't Breeze actually lose jerky?
Yes, he lost 5 pounds of jerky when Swordly.
That was not my fault.
That's why he made no money.
Yeah.
That's actually, it was your fault.
It was not. I did not tell him to throw it into the ocean.
But
I expect to be reimbursed.
he's very enthusiatic. Well, let's
I'll
see.
give you a nickel.
Basically,
considering you
give him
spent,
5
maybe
copper and that'll
1 gold?
Yeah.
I don't think you didn't reimburse.
With the events that had just recently transpired, do you guys want to take him up and talk to Adela on the pier? On the dock?
Sure. My only question is she a dude now?
I kind of had a reveal for this, and I think.
All right, did I ruin it?
Then,
I'll
then
let it go.
I'm gonna forego you guys for this. Let's just say that upon Adela coming back, yes,
She looks different now.
we're gonna talk about it. That's upon Adela reviving in a body. Again, a fairly disturbing thing to see, which is essentially just a person drowning in a bubble around him, bringing Adela back to what is kind of still a very loose, watery form. She now, even now as you talk to her, you see that she just has a vague humanoid shape with water rushing around as you had first seen her on the boat. So you can't really make any distinguishing shapes or marks out of her, though you do recognize her to be back. So if you want to jump in on that moment, you can.
Yeah, I told you it'd work.
So you're back now?
I'm just gone?
Find me body.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, okay.
that's what you said to us. And horrible grammar.
You weren't there.
Oh, was it? Well, you told me.
I told you.
I'm aware.
Yeah, you came to Tribute and I and told us to find me body.
Still
Okay.
horrible grammar.
And we found you body.
Don't encourage it. We speak in full proper sentences here.
I normally do too. I apparently didn't have enough time.
That's fair.
I mean, it looked like a very stressful situation.
Tribute's going to kind of cut through the conversation and walk up to Adela and to say just quiet enough for you that someone sacrificed themselves for you to be back. You had better make it worth it. And she turns and walks away. She begins to walk off of the starboard pier. Dock. Mark it? Yeah, so she walks away.
You should know.
This
Yeah.
is your world. It's whatever you
Yeah,
want.
listen. Listen.
If
We're
anyone
in
knows,
space now.
you should be the one to know.
Then she walks away.
I'll summon a dolphin then.
That's still in canon. It still exists. It's fine. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about?
It's still okay if I sleep in your room, right?
I think so.
Alright, cool. I don't know what my worries are. Yeah.
I gotta tell my brother I did magic.
Oh, I should probably pay Swordley for the horrific thing he just saw.
Let's grab a madness check from our boy Swordsley. You approach Swordsley.
How is he coping?
He's quiet. He fidgets a little bit. This is kind of the most you've seen him be still.
You okay there, buddy?
Yes!
Yeah?
Yes!
Good.
Good!
Alright, now go to sleep.
Yes!
We got
And
a lot
he
of
just
stuff to do.
lays right down. He pulls up the cloak you gave him and just lays right down.
I love him. Good night, Swordley. I love
You
you.
just lay down. And
Tuck him in, yeah.
you all head back to your rooms?
Yep.
As the three of you are walking back off of the dock, there is a noticeable silence, and there are those who were sleeping that you had awoken for the arm wrestling contest. They have taken to hiding behind barrels and hiding, leaping off the side of the deck, and they just pull themselves up to watch you walk past. And as you turn to look at them, they quickly hide themselves again. It seems like what you have done here has had an effect.
Great,
So
now we
what's
have a
yours?
reputation.
That doesn't seem great.
Not at all.
You head back to your respective rooms. You arrive in the now and again very cramped room, and just to rebrief the sleeping situation. Cass, you are again allowed the bed. Kaz is laying onto the ground. He worked himself up a good sweat, so he's pretty much just stripped down to his just underwear, just kind of shirtless. He's pulled his hair back, and he's laying down. The door is open, and he's sitting with his hands supporting his head, and he goes, "Good evening, Cassandra. Addie."
Cassifer.
I didn't even know that was your real name.
It's not.
It is.
It's not.
It is.
I believe her.
She's lying.
Why would she lie? That's embarrassing for you and funny for her. There's no reason for her to lie.
He just narrows his eyes at you. He's glad you got to sleep next to him, sweaty. How was your date, Cassandra?
I did magic. Someone hit me with a sword and
He quickly jumps up and says, "You did what? I will kill him!"
no, not him. Not Lorenzo. Lorenzo didn't hit me with a sword.
Oh, that's fine. You get hit by swords sometimes. Who did magic? And he does the magic to you
I did magic to me.
in front of everyone.
I don't know. It was Tribute was there.
Tribute was there. She let you do that in front of people.
I think there's a misunderstanding here.
Go on.
What was the magic you did? Because I know it's not what he's thinking.
Blade Ward?
Well, there you go.
Oh God.
What did you think I was talking?
I don't know. You were on a date. Tribute was there weirdly. I mean, the guy's a hell of a kisser.
I know, but I mean,
I
I
just-
don't know, but I could see from the stage. It's fine.
I would have. Magic.
Have you seen the guy in his nakedness and guitar? Like that's all he thinks about is I've lived that
In my
magic.
whole life.
And he just does like a present like top to bottom, and he just nods. But
I don't know what you thought he was talking about because I know what he was talking about.
you did like Blade Ward?
Yeah. So there was two guys that ambushed, and they caught me with the sword, and I just did Blade Ward out of nowhere.
Oh, thank God.
Also, her and Lorenzo just decided to be friends. In case you were wondering.
Oh, doubly thank. Do the Blade Ward thing.
I'm gonna do the Blade Ward thing.
All right. He is going to wind back a punch. Does 16 hit your armor class, Addie?
Nope. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does.
All right. And he socks you square in the chest.
Ah.
You are going to take 1 point of damage.
God.
He goes, it didn't work.
Well, I didn't cast it on him.
Oh, my bad.
Are you okay?
Yes. Sorry, I didn't mean to whisper.
So you have a brief conversation more about it, and you retire.
Taking my flip.
You lay down and turn away from him, pull your cape over.
Exactly.
Adela, as you're walking back to your room, you feel your form become tighter, like wearing a suit that's slowly shrinking to your body. You arrive at your room, you pull out your key, you walk in, and it's no better than it was when you left it.
Say, hey, I had the nicer room of everyone.
Yeah, for what it was.
Yeah.
And as you're kind of taking off your armor, as you're undressing yourself to sleep, those moments you had back in Saywin's office, she told you a lot of things. The Tritons are long gone. Who were you working for? Why were you doing it? And at the time, you didn't have an answer, but now as you think about it more, the names and the faces just, they're very distant. You might even wonder if they were really ever there at all. That question of if they're gone and you have no purpose, what good of you, just rings in your head more. And you might really have taken that, internalized it, and now it's something you have to digest for now, what your purpose is standing here. And when you go to lay in your bed, you find something off. You're comfortable. Really, really comfortable. The weird thing is you're laying on your stomach. And you then realize you have no breasts. You can now lay on your stomach and sleep, and it's the most comfortable thing in the world. I don't know how true that is, but that's the joke. Yeah.
I knew where you were going when you
Are you
started
just
that.
Adele now?
Yeah. With this, you are currently possessing a male body. Though nothing really changes, your physical appearance is now human, so the ridges on your face that were once elven, they've softened a little bit. Your cheeks have become more full. Your ears are now
Normal.
no longer pointed. Normal is subjective in this world, but you have gained a weird amount of humanity, both physically and mentally, and you were able to find yourself asleep. The night comes and goes. You wake up. The room that Addie, Kaz, and Cass have been sharing, just as it was the previous morning, very warm. 3 people in a 20 by 20 room with very little ventilation tends to get a little warm. So opening the door to the cool sea air is refreshing. And as Addie, Cass, and Kaz go walking out, you find that Lestel is meeting you just a couple doors down. He looks to be in pretty rough shape. His clothes torn, the jacket and vest he had on before, his jacket is gone, and his vest looks like something had dug claws into it and tore down. His pants are nearly torn to shreds, and his glasses that hung on the end of his nose are broken, and you see cuts below his eyes. He sees the 2 of you and the 3 of you, and he says, I have a bit of a message from Tribute. We had an adventure last night. She's fine. Everything is fine. Very good, actually. Great. Better than it's been in a long time. But she just requires a bit more rest. She asks that you be safe, and should you plan to leave Bayside Wharf, you not do so until she has rejoined you.
Alright. Are you sure everything's okay?
Yes, perfect. Everything is just fine.
What kind of adventure are we talking about
And he sits and he stares off in a while. And he reaches into the satchel nearby and he opens his book. He says, Do you see writing inside of this book?
And do I?
Yes.
Yes.
A spiritual one. And he closes the book. Kind of a heaven and hell thing.
Alright then.
Yes. But everything is fine. She'll be with you end of the day or so. As if she's been up a while. But, like I said, if you should leave, give her a chance to join you. Excellent.
Thanks for telling us.
No, she was very concerned about you, something that you'll die without her. Or you'll die with her. I was very lightheaded at the time. Yes, have a wonderful day. And he turns and he limps away.
Do you think Naza would be pissed with me if I try to push up the Kenji berries?
I don't know. I bet I can smooth it over.
Are you sure?
It can't be that hard.
So the three of you begin to walk down to the end of the dock. Adela,
Yep.
you rise. You don your armor, which you actually have to now tighten a little bit more. You walk to the end of the dock. You see the brief exchange between Lestel and the trio here. And you all meet at the end of your respective rows. And you see there is a young elven girl. The sides of her head shaved, but the top of her head has hair, long and blonde, pulled into a ponytail. She's got what looks like leather armor on, some fairly ragged clothes. She's sitting now on the ground, and she has a couple palm leaves that she's beginning to weave together, the tendril ends, just weaving them together. And when you all come out, you see that she's oddly sitting there alone in the sand.
How young are we talking?
Like 10 to 13.
Okay. No. Alright. Just checking.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Trust me, the entire first thing, and he was just flirting with everything.
It's
so.
in his clause. It says, like some young, and then in quotations, not too young.
Not that young.
It
yeah.
says I can't resist a pretty face. Didn't say anything about age. Let's be real. That's just my personal attributes.
Listen, I don't listen. I have weird views about how these worlds should run. It's she's 13 and has 2 kids. That's fucked up. No, it isn't, because then everyone
That's how things work. kind of
that's
in
how
those
things
times,
work
yeah.
in these
But
times.
for an elf, that's especially young.
That is extremely young.
That's why I'm like, I'm good.
With that particular information horribly started out, what do you guys want to do? You see this young girl sitting there.
So she's just sitting there weaving palm leaves together?
Yep. They're large, maybe 3-4 feet long, and she's just kind of weaving them and tying them.
She making wings.
Maybe.
I actually kind of want to inspect what she's doing. Not get too close.
That's
but
a good roll investigation.
I my dice. 12.
12. It looks like she's weaving them together to make one solid, longer palm leaf.
Wing, just as I suspect.
Perhaps.
She's gonna stand on top.
Hello there.
She stops what she's doing and she looks up to the 3 and goes, "Don't."
Okay.
And she goes back to what she's doing.
I appreciate that.
Alright. Go west.
Is there anything you wanted to contribute?
No, I'm just busy trying to figure out what's missing. Why I could lay on my stomach.
That's perplexed, absolutely
Yeah,
fine.
wait.
We met up with Adela.
Yes.
I have some questions and concerns.
Yeah. Okay.
You notice she's a man now, right?
I mean, the body.
Is that why it's flat?
No.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I got that for you.
You got some other parts too. It's fine. I'm not gonna go into it. Are we addressing that, or are you just a woman trapped in a man's? Do you even have a gender? Water.
I don't quite know. I assume I would.
All right. Here's the real question: what pronouns would you prefer? Because I'm at a loss.
I don't quite care, I guess. I'm Adela.
We're gonna refer to her as a third person from now on, I guess. See, I just said her. I can't win.
I was gonna say, since she's still Adela, I feel like the pronouns wouldn't change.
All right, I'm cool with that. All right, I'm just gonna pretend you don't have a penis. Let's go.
For what?
Good luck with that.
Man, she doesn't know. I don't need to know. It's fine. Ellie could have been a eunuch. Who knows? That's why she slept so comfortably.
Yeah, I didn't want to RP the morning thing. It's just not where I'm at with this. So, as the four of you walk to the shipwrecked, you see quite the odd sight. You see Mazhug is standing outside of the bar. You see that there is a human.
Yep.
You see there's a fairly young human man. He's standing, his arms are crossed, a big bow is on his back, and they seem to be having a fairly intense discussion, but you see that Mazhug has both of her large orcish hands extended and is grabbing the rack of a deer and is pushing the deer. The deer is scraping in the sand. Everything he's got fighting against her. And you hear, "You can't bring your damn deer into my bar."
He's house trained. He's fine inside.
I don't give a shit if he's house trained. You're not if you want to bring this deer into the bar, you bring him around the back.
He's a
We'll
paying
serve him.
customer.
He has money.
Have you checked his pockets?
He doesn't
Don't do that. He doesn't like when people get grabby.
take your fucking deer, throw him in the ocean. He's not coming in here.
This is the worst part. Why do I always get fucking kicked out? Dankweed, this is your fault. You're son of a bitch.
Dankweed is and just pushing hard. Go ahead, roll for Dankweed.
What do you want me to roll for?
What's his name?
Dankweed.
Okay.
Not good. Not good. Yeah. He's a two.
Yeah, excellent.
He's really strong.
Mazhug has dropped her shoulder down and is pushing him back in the sand. Like, she's gotten her shoulder down. Dankweed just is not fighting it anymore and is just being pushed back. The three of you, Kaz goes, "I don't think I'm going to go to work today."
Do you think that's a good idea?
Yes. I'm not going to work. She's fighting with a guy with a deer.
Yeah, but if you don't show up, won't she get more pissed at you?
I mean, like, I was on a day-to-day thing anyways. It was to pay for our room, and I made a lot of gold past 2 nights. If you haven't heard, I'm really good at sea shanties.
Oh, yeah, I tried to forget.
What? They're beautiful. Now I'll pay for the room. I don't have to work, and I'm supposed to be getting better up there with the swords anyways. So, yeah.
I'm gonna approach.
Okay.
Mazhug, you need help?
Oh God. You know what? Yes, Addie.
Yeah?
Tell this guy he cannot bring his deer into my bar.
Hey, you can't bring the deer in.
Why
What's
not?
so hard to believe about that?
He's housebroken. You guys let other animals in. I see people with their dogs.
I mean, she didn't say that. I'm just saying. She said no. It's her place.
Linus,
Why do you gotta be
you
racist
look into
about
the
here?
bar and you see a giant cat sitting at a table.
See, you let those things in, and they're petty and mean. They knock stuff off tables.
I don't disagree there, but she said no deer.
Can I go for pet the deer?
Sure. Go ahead and do an animal handling check.
But hey, anything you want, I'll bring it out to you. How about that? It's always beautiful under the stars.
Yeah.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
13.
A 13?
Yeah.
You walk up and Mass Hug is finally pushed Dankweed far enough. Dankweed just kind of snorts and kicks sand around, and you go over to pet the muzzle of Dankweed, and he just kind of relaxes into it.
What do you guys want? I'll bring it out to you. That way, there's no problems.
Fine.
You still get service.
2 whiskeys and a milk.
You got it. Man's hug. Hook me up.
She just looks at you. Kid, this is not the day.
Oh, come on.
Just go inside and order it.
All right. I'm gonna do it.
All right. You walk in, and Breeze, you see Addie, the person from the boat who got stabbed by a skeleton.
I'm gonna walk over and I'm gonna say, hey, how's that stab wound?
Better now that I'm not thinking about it. Thanks.
Good. And what about Adela? Did you guys like perform a service or something?
Nah, she's fine. She's good.
She's fine.
Yeah.
How is she fine?
Oh, she got a new body and everything. It's primo.
You have to explain a little bit more.
No,
This
just
is
look
some-
outside. It's fine. You'll see. You don't ask her. I gotta get some whiskeys and some milk.
So I'm gonna go look outside and I'm gonna see.
Me petting a deer.
You see Adela
I
petting a
see
deer.
a bluish. I'm guessing you're still like a bluish
Water. Basically,
man
yeah.
now.
Kinda.
So
Kind of.
so I see this
It's
blue
supposed to be
man.
water, okay.
And like you guys can't see it because I further all the blood drains out of my face. Like I've just seen a dead person. I have.
Now I'm just wondering, does this new Adela body have long hair or short hair? Like, is it passable as a lady, or is it
The
like?
hair is still water,
Yeah.
so
Oh,
the
it's-
water goes back to the length it was when she was Adela.
Oh, okay, so it's long.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
So just imagine like basically a water, like a form of bigger person over just human.
Then I'm gonna
Yeah.
say to Addie, "Where's Tribute?"
I didn't really ask where she was. She's just not here,
Is she okay?
supposedly.
How do you know?
Her friend Lestel told us. I say her friend because she knows him more than we do, and I just have to trust that fact.
Who's Lestel?
Tiefling guy. Met him on the boat that we
Would
wrecked.
you say he's honorable?
Seems like it. Kind of seems too pansy-ish to not be, so.
Seems a bit mad, but
Tribute.
you know.
Tribute isn't easily defeated. I'm sure she's okay.
That's fair. Do I get the whiskeys and milk?
You go to the bar and you see that there is a very tired, hungover man. When you walk up, he's down into his hand and his eyes are closed, and you hear just a small bit of snoring coming from him.
I'm gonna rap on the counter.
You go, what?
2 whiskeys and a milk, good sir.
2 whiskeys and a milk?
Yes. It's not for me, don't judge.
Oh, okay. It's a weird order. He walks back behind the bar and he brings 2 wooden cups. They don't look like they're in great shape. He doesn't assume that he'll get them back. And he brings a small metal stein and there. He goes, how much milk do you want? Like
Deer's worth? I don't know. I'm assuming it's for the deer that's out there.
a deer's worth? What is that mainlander for something? Deer's worth?
Sure is. Enough
Okay.
to feed a
A
deer.
deer,
Yeah.
and he kind of reaches down and pulls up a large glass jug, and he just starts pouring it in, just glug, 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 and he looks down into it, and then he looks at you like honest concern. And I'm going to assume the look you have now, I know this is really funny, and he just goes back and
Mm-hmm.
fills it up and just empties the glass and just looks at you and goes, I should have just left it in the bottle.
That'd be fair, but it's okay. How much?
7 silver.
Alright. I'm gonna just slide him a gold. The rest
Okay.
is tip.
Thanks. He takes it, walks away. All right. Give me an acrobatics for how well you could carry these out.
Actually, I'll help
Yeah.
her because I'm with her.
Let me roll the check first.
Yeah.
Just to see.
We'll see. He'll walk it to you, and then he'll decide.
I only look in the box.
What is it?
It's a nat 20.
Doesn't need help at
Plus
all.
4, so it's 24.
How do you carry that as if you were carrying one glass and not a gallon of milk with an
Just
open top?
shovel them.
A cup in each hand, and then the whatever underneath on top.
Okay.
I would
Just
say do it how I
too
do it work,
small.
which is basically a triangle.
Yeah.
that's what he's doing. 2 small whiskey glasses, and on top is the tankard of milk.
Oh no, not that way. That wasn't what I was thinking.
Yeah, I don't think the tankard would fit in the.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's normally.
That's why I had it balanced on top.
Needless to say, when you walk past, there's a couple very tired, very hungover people sitting with their breakfast. Like, wow, damn, that's okay. People, you have impressed and amused quite a few people.
Sure, some people think they're just still drunk.
Possibly. You walk out to Mazhug, Cass, Kaz, Adela, the deer, the human, and you have these 3 drinks.
Hope this is enough milk.
Yeah, it should be fine. Might be too much actually.
Well, consider it
I'm
extra.
gonna take the milk sign and the whiskey glass, and thank you, the other one's yours. And his tongue's gonna come out and grab the other.
About 20 feet. He just opens his mouth and the tongue just snakes around, gets into the glass, and just starts waving while small drinks of whiskey run up to its mouth.
Bruh. Hold it horrified.
Yeah, you haven't put this down yet.
I'm gonna stop
It's all coming out of Adele, you stop what?
I'm just not petting at this point. I've never quite seen a creature drink that way, but all right.
And then when it's gone, it goes and just looks back and forth.
I'm gonna look at Annie. Is that normal creature behavior?
For those who are listening, I'm shaking my head no.
And I'm gonna whistle and holler short round and hold up the milk, kind of shake.
And as Linus does that, you see the little elven girl running up and walks to the side with walks to the side of Linus with the palms in tow.
Pass the milk off to her. Cheers it.
Oh.
This tankard is huge in her hands, and she just tilts it back.
Good luck, kid.
It's fine. It'll help her grow. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. We're gonna do our brother bones fine.
Exactly.
Did she just fail the milk challenge?
She starts. She just tilts it. She sees you do it, and she tilts it back, and she's in milk pouring all down the front
So
of
like
her.
Joey and Friends.
Just Joey and friends, milk's pouring down the
We
front of
just
her.
washed your clothes.
She finishes and goes, fuck.
You can't say that.
Don't?
Right, don't.
Don't.
Alright, good.
I really like her. Not in that way. Don't look at me like that.
I give you a side eye when you say that. It's like,
No. She has a great personality. Don't fuck it up.
I do this. I look at Dave Reed and I just point at
Dankweed walks over to you and looks you straight in the eyes.
I'm gonna hold the whiskey between us.
Do you look into his eyes?
Yeah, but
Roll a
well.
madness.
Oh my god. Okay. Roll
I'm
a
glad I
madness.
befriended
Roll
this deer.
a madness check.
that might be a good thing, but you never know with Dave Reed. It might be actually.
7.
7. You're staring into Dankweed's eyes. You're holding up the empty glass of whiskey, and somehow you're locked onto his eyes. You want to blink and you want to pull yourself away, but you can't. Something, these black, void, like doll's eyes, they've pulled you in somehow. Cat,
Yes.
you see all this. Cat is like, what the fuck? Do you want to do anything to help?
Yeah. I'll go over to help Addie.
You grab Addie by the shoulder and you are shaken free from it.
Oh, good.
Are you okay?
Now I am.
What happened?
The boy? I don't
Dankweed
know.
looks at you and narrows his
No,
eyes.
no. Stop. things I don't want to talk about. Just doing this the whole time.
Kaz looks to Masshug and says, I'm gonna go out with them today. I'm not gonna be working. She goes, you worked here? Because I was cutting fish heads and moving boxes. Really? Yeah, like the past 2 days. All right. And just goes back into the bar. Oh, that hurt a little bit. I thought I was doing really good.
Did you want to talk to Mazhug about pushing up the Kenju, whatever? Or do you think she'll even notice?
I mean,
It seems like a bad day for her.
yeah. I feel like if I push it off, she'll be like, why didn't you do the berries, or why didn't you tell me that I wasn't getting my stock back, and potentially lose our room.
Should we do the murdering thing?
Should we go without tribute?
Questionable.
We'll be fine.
And just,
Famous last words.
we're basically gods. just so we're clear, the request was if you're leaving town for good,
Okay.
wait for her. I know, just to really, if you're leaving town for good, wait for her. So if you decide to go to the Jade Reef or to the Tabaxi Town, don't go without her, was ultimately the request.
Okay. Alright, maybe we should just do the berry thing. Make her happier that she gets her stock in.
But maybe we shouldn't go by ourselves. Because we almost got murdered at sea. With tribute.
A
Yeah.
small voice pops up. Why?
Pirates.
Who said that?
You see the little girl is standing there.
Oh, God.
Why?
I don't know, they just decided to attack the ship.
Come on.
Where?
So you see what pirates do.
Don't.
Okay. I don't know much of stuff.
Stella, did you teach her how to talk or something?
No.
Okay.
She's
I talk perfectly fine, thank you.
She's kind of slow at learning. If you get, she doesn't know Druidic, does she? Or she knows like nothing. Well, you were saying before.
You don't.
I don't know.
You don't know.
Yeah.
You can only communicate with her the way you can.
She only knows like a handful of words. She's pretty smart.
Fuck.
Yeah, basically. Be nice. You're in public. Pick her up, put her on the back of the queen.
Why?
Cause you're being mean in front of people. It's not polite.
Come on.
So what were you guys doing? You guys were going somewhere to murder somebody?
Kenju.
Don't.
We're,
we're not.
collecting berries for the bar.
We're not murdering people. It's our Kenju. Hey,
She might let you in this bar if you get on her good
I
side.
can get in. It's fine. It's just takeaway.
Well, like-
Sometimes an ass.
The whole package.
The whole thing though is that they're kind of lizards that we have to cut the heads off of and then spread the blood all over, and they grow the berries.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good one. Got it.
Kaz goes, yeah. Wow.
So I'm trying to get to the Jade Reef. You guys know where that's at?
No.
Is that what it is?
Mhm.
All right. Do you know anybody that would know?
maybe the Kenjus know.
We can ask before we murder them. Great idea, Della.
Always trying to negotiate first.
I mean, Mazog would probably know. She seems to know a lot about this town.
Get on her good side first. How
That
about?
might be a good idea. You hear that, Inkweed? Get on people's good sides. You gotta do a class or something. So, you guys mind if I tag along? Will we tag along?
I don't mind as long as we don't die.
Oh, don't worry.
It's my
I'll leave-
only condition.
We'll leave way before that happens.
Kaz goes, has anyone died? Oh. Oh.
Oh, she did, as I point at the man.
I did.
Ah, briefly.
Wait, you don't remember?
No.
Well then, your host died. How about that? That's more accurate.
That's creepy.
Yeah, we don't like to talk about it too
What's
much.
wrong with my life?
Kaz is like, tell me about it.
Big giant asshole died.
Right in
That's
front of the room.
Good.
And the other one that was helping us. Briefly.
I think that's who I was talking about.
I thought you were talking about the other one. The one that
Oh
boiled.
god, I'm losing track.
No, but that
The one that boiled.
Yes.
we took him to the rocking ship to heal him. Me and Tribute
What did
did.
you do that for?
Because there was so much death.
Yeah, it was a pretty grim day.
Well, whatever we decide to do, I'll be along. I feel really bad about last time. I kind of bailed when stuff got tough. I've really been on this journey for only a year. I've been here for 6 months or so, and I kind of forgot that there were stakes. And you guys kind of reminded me. So wherever you guys go, I go for now.
The one rule is that we don't die. That's it. Don't care otherwise.
I'll do my best to follow that rule.
Aaron looks at you, Linus, and goes, fine.
Fine. We can do that.
I do ask that we have introductions though, because I do not like how I was just addressing the people that have died. I didn't know their names, and well,
We may have known the one's name, but I don't remember it.
Do you remember my name?
Frisky?
At this point, I just stop walking away.
I think we can get along with these people. I'm Linus. The small one's Aaron.
Fuck.
No, don't.
No.
Is that her
And-
name?
Aaron. That's her name.
Don't fuck.
Yeah, pretty much. Right.
I agree. I agree.
The audio and visual joke is that Alan is staring at Katie.
And then my big hairy friend is Dinky.
Oh, so you brought a meal.
Yeah. Find out about that one. Good luck. I won't stop you. He might.
I'm Addie. This is Adela. Don't be fooled by the mannish form that is a woman.
Are you?
Wink.
So you're still a Dutch.
That I don't know. I actually can't answer that one. This is Cass. This is Kaz.
Yes. I'm gonna fuck that up.
Yeah, it's okay. Everybody else does. It's okay.
It's easy. Just think about it like this. We're twins,
Really?
but I'm a boy. She's a girl, and her name is Cass, and my name is Kaz. Easy.
Yep.
Yep.
Short for
Yep.
Calcifer.
It's not,
It
It's a hard
is.
word to say.
Oh.
because that would be an awful name.
Right?
And it's yours.
It's really
It's
bad.
not.
Good thing
It
your
is.
parents didn't name you that.
She's
Yeah.
got a pretty name at least. So.
That would be an
Don't you think
awful
my name's
name.
pretty?
Yeah.
Oh, thank
Your parents
you.
only fucked up him. It's
Right.
okay.
Well,
Cass stands between the two of you.
Well, my name is Breeze.
Oh,
No.
Frisky was the other
I
one.
was going for mittens.
Who are you?
We just went over this. I'm Cass.
Okay.
Kaz with a Z.
I'm
Z-
Cass.
Z-
My mistake. Cass. Cass. Fuck you.
Oh, I
don't.
remember you. You were singing the shanties.
That's right. That's right.
You were excellent. We should do a duet sometime.
Oh man, that sounds great. Absolutely. I love playing with the closers.
That was deep.
Did I say a duet?
Are we just in like a hate triangle? Like, fuck you.
Hey, I didn't start any of this.
No, I know.
We're gonna do this. Can I get another drink? Like, it's
I mean, you're Jungle Blood. I've been dying to try it.
don't try the jungle blood.
it doesn't sound like something I want to try.
That's what we need 10 juice for.
That's what we're collecting berries for, yes.
Local delicacy.
It's technically
Only
poison.
get it here.
I drank it by accident because it was on the house, and I don't know what it did to my sight, but it wasn't good.
You hear heavy footsteps, and the door opens. Mass pokes her hand and goes, "Get the fuck away from my bar."
Oh, hello.
You're a
I'm gonna
human, right?
duck
Yes.
and make sure he doesn't see me.
She looks over at Adela and kind of looks a bit confused, shakes her head and goes, "Go! Bring me berries. Spread some blood. Go."
Digweed's gonna walk by and give her some berries. as we walk off.
I don't even get pleasantries
He's gonna
early in the
shit.
morning.
You just hear the sound of wood cracking under pressure.
Sounds about right. That's all his pettiness.
As you guys are beginning to walk away, you are approached by a well-dressed, dark-skinned elven man. You've spent enough time here to notice that he is a local. He walks up to you and says, I had just overheard from Mazhug that, shouting at you, that you are heading out to collect berries of some kind.
Yes.
I am Berthan. I am of the Jade Council and the Jade Reef.
Hey.
This is the place I need to go.
Oh, it's absolutely beautiful. Closed right now, but beautiful. Bayside Wharf, the dirt town that it is, has been made responsible to bring supplies to Stormbringer Castle. I have been tasked to come here to make sure that these supplies are received, accounted for, and set on their way. I'm in a bit of a predicament, as it would be, that the last supply drop did not come. And if you were heading into the woods, the jungle more so, would you be kind enough to perhaps search for it? If you should find them lost, direct them, and if you should find them in an unfortunate state, then feel free to take whatever it is left. Just come back to me and let me know that you had found them so that I can have them accounted for.
That's fair.
Okay.
I know of studying some maps that I was concerned they might be. There is an old, seemingly abandoned village in town more to the northwest. They might have taken shelter there, sickness or damage or whatever it is. If you find them, just please let me know. I would be very appreciative that they'll have a symbol. And he digs through his pockets and he pulls out like a palm-size metal symbol where there is a what looks like a tower with jade inlays for the bricks. This is the symbol of the Jade Council. They should have them on them. That is how you'll be able to identify them. If you can find them, that would be great. If you don't, I understand.
Do you know where they would keep that on their person? Like, would it be a brooch that's pinned to them? Would it be
Yes.
Okay.
It should be properly displayed by the Jade Guard.
Alright. Just checking.
Bows and like takes a few steps back away from you and walks a large circle around and goes into the barn.
I'm just imagining like talking pleasantly to us.
That's exactly pretty much what it was. Is he needed to talk to you but was afraid to be near you.
What time of day is it?
Right now it's probably 8 o'clock or so.
Okay.
You look overhead and you see that the clouds are beginning to get gray and a bit dark. The bright sunshine that had graced you the past few days is giving away to what looks like overhead cast.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to spend too long doing this murdering lizard stuff, and I have to be back here by the afternoon. I have a business meeting.
A business meeting.
Yes, I'm selling a boat. Why are you interested? That could be things.
You're selling a boat now?
Yes. Why are you interested? Don't worry about it. It's murals.
What are you asking? I do need
I mean,
a ship.
it wouldn't be bad to have a boat.
200 gold.
Never mind.
Never mind.
Yeah, that's what I thought. You
Is there
couldn't
a
afford
lifeboat on
shit
the boat?
anyway.
I'll buy that.
Says the person selling it.
I'm about to make so much money, I won't even be able to see you. You're the one that got all the info. I figured you'd know.
Did she give us a location, or did she just say go in?
As it was described in the past, the map you were given was, do you see that jungle there and there?
Nice.
There was a trail that you had traversed when you were shipwrecked on shore that you had come into that you know is a well-traveled way.
Following your lead, for better or worse.
It is to the west.
I'll try not to kill us all.
I appreciate it. It's my only rule.
Kaz looks over to the human man, the other human man, not the one he doesn't like. And he says, what do you do? What did you say your name was?
Linus.
Linus. Ew.
Oh yeah, because Calcifer is so much better.
I'm sorry, Addie. Is that your sister's name that you borrowed?
It's not even my real name.
Your name is so bad you went with Addie. Rough. What is it you do, Linus?
Well, last year you were shooting things, basically. Usually things that are annoying. But, you
You
know.
better run, Addie. Is there anything particular?
We travel in the woods a lot. So I'm more of an outdoorsman, I guess.
Good. Jungles are just like woods,
Yeah.
but sweatier.
Yeah, they're really hot. Swamp gas is real. But yeah, we could. I'm good at not getting lost, basically. I won't ever get lost.
Well, why don't we follow him?
Sounds like a better idea.
Yeah.
You guys just want to follow the trail, or are you guys trying to?
Oh my god, how's this journey going with 2 bars?
If you plot your loot,
Oh no.
roll a performance.
18 plus proficiency. Are we going to do 4 still?
Yes.
19 plus mine. It's about 22.
You start playing, and your playing is lighter and a bit easier to listen to than Kaz. You can tell as he's getting frustrated, he just puts his loot away and crosses his arms and just looks pouty. Linus, you take them to the trail?
Yeah, wherever they point me to.
Excellent. You are pointed towards the trail that leads into the jungle. I have a map that I constructed here. Go ahead and place yourselves on the map with some D100s.
Emily, which one should I pick for Addie? I have so many options.
Where on the map are we placing ourselves?
Right by the Rockstar Can on that road.
The middle one.
Yeah, okay.
Here is
No.
Kaz.
Wait, me and Kaz are the same dice.
Identical twins!
I don't know if you have one of the same size.
All right, hold on a minute. Give me that back. Let's see
That's
if I can
really
find.
funny.
That was, man.
That's actually really fitting.
I was trying to find the D10 of that same color because it would just be a lot funnier. Go ahead and drop this out there for Kaz. And
Oh, he's pretty purple.
and
My dice.
You guys.
put these out together.
Yeah.
This D12 and the D6, stacked the 6 on top of the 12, as that represents Aaron sitting on top of Dankweed. As you walk out into the jungle, it's a lot like you remember it to be when you were first shipwrecked, dragging yourself onto a trail and to the closest town you could find. But you feel more confident this time. You've slept, you've eaten, you've won a couple battles, you've lost a few. You've had a couple humbling experiences, but as you come into this jungle that is alive and teeming with noise and life, you hear the branches shake around you. You feel that call to adventure again. Going out into the wild unknown and traversing places where, maybe not right now, where no one has ever gone. But you feel you're back on that road to discovery of the world and yourself. You have a pretty open area to go here. Your mission is to find kenju berries, which are small red berries that you can find around fairly darkened soil as the blood is soaked deep into it where they have sprouted from. And you are to seek out kenju, which are known to be large lizards. Take a couple, maybe 100 yards. The entrance to the jungle is closed away behind a couple twists and turns. The jungle that is kind of sheared out to keep predators away from town. You've passed through all of that, and you're in the thick of it now. The canopy is keeping most of the sunlight out, but with a cloudy day, it's pretty dark as you look around. So if you don't have dark vision, it might be a little bit difficult for you to see further ahead, but if you do, things are fine.
I still haven't figured out whether I had that or
You
not.
do.
I do. Okay.
I don't.
With that,
Do
how do you want to go about finding whatever?
Well, at this point, I'm gonna put my boot away, and it's gonna be a big ordeal. I'm gonna stop. You guys, hold on a second. Before we go all the way to the jungle, let me just put it down.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna look at you. Do you think we need that to lure the Kenju?
No,
I don't know what a Kenju
We're-
call
we're-
sounds like.
we're in for. I believe we're in for a fight. Kenju don't go down too easily, and I really don't want this to get broken. I don't think I need
Oh,
to put it. So
You've encountered the Kenju before?
I haven't encountered them, but I've heard of them.
Oh.
They're not the toughest things in the world, but they're not exactly pushovers. They're not rats.
That's fair.
What's your rat?
Small
Addie.
mammal. Tasty when you roast them.
I'll have to try this rat.
I wouldn't.
You have about 7 hit points, armor class 12.
They,
They're stronger than cats.
While we're all
Stronger
talking,
than cat stack.
I'm wrapping up my loot.
they usually carry diseases.
Putting it in my sack. Now I'm ready. Let's go hunt some Kenju.
Alright.
You're on the jungle floor. What do you do?
I'm gonna take a big whiff and see if I can smell anything.
Alright, roll a perception check.
Do I know how big these things are? How big are these things that we're looking for?
I actually don't know.
Do we even know what we're looking for?
I was kind of hoping you did.
I'm new here too. I'm just trying to get to the Jade Reef.
I mean, you got
Yeah.
wildlife. I just kind of
Yeah,
hope.
that's like saying, hey man, I'm trying to find like a lizard or a tiger. I don't know. I don't know what we're looking for.
Alright, that's fair.
What's a tiger?
He's a big kitty, basically.
Like him?
Not
Yeah,
about 100 times.
Exactly like him,
a
actually.
little bit less sentient.
About 100 times bigger than a house cat.
Yes.
Honestly, you'll
I
get
don't know
through
what a
life
house
a
cat
lot
is either.
easier.
About 100 times smaller than a
Stop
tiger.
explaining things to me.
Yeah, this is why we stopped working.
Let her learn on her own. It's okay.
I want to
She's a
look
big
for.
girl. It's fine.
I want to look for trash.
How else can I bring surface
Okay.
knowledge?
There, you were
You'll
requested to find 2 things, 3 things: Kenju berries, Kenjus, and a lost carrot.
Supply team.
Yeah, a lost supply team. What tracks do you want to look for?
I'm gonna look for the supply team's tracks.
Okay, give it a roll.
Knocking people over.
19.
19. As you look around the area you're in now, you're on that main path that's big enough to support a carriage of this size. You do not see any tracks.
There are people on here.
Can I look for like really dark? Can I look for really dark patches like
In the soil.
in the soil?
Okay, go ahead and roll a survival.
Did I not smell anything?
Right, on your check, as you take a deep whiff of the jungle around you, it's very humid and you're picking up the smell of a lot of moisture, a lot of local fauna. You don't really pick up anything too out of the ordinary.
9.
9. The area you're looking around now, you look over and you see a large rock where you see looks like something has been growing near it. You walk over and you kick over some sand, you dig up some dirt, and all the soil looks to be of the fair colored chip.
You know, at this time, I kind of wish I had listened to my dad a lot more.
What your dad used to say.
He's just a really good tracker, really good hunter, but I wanted to say
Good choice.
pretty decent.
Adela, is there anything you want to do?
You're fine. I didn't do what my dad did. So
Every time I hear you talk, it sounds like sarcasm.
Me? No.
I see you just blindly venture forth. That seems to work out for me.
It's okay.
Was there anything unusual? Any kind of thing that could help us?
What are you looking for?
Considering I definitely don't even know what a lizard is. I don't know.
All right. Then, when you think of something to look for,
I mean, I guess, like, tracks of any kind.
fair. Go ahead and roll me a nature check.
Since I'm a druid that has nature.
As every druid should.
Yeah.
It's like the damn city druids.
Yes, exactly. City druid.
Their city druid hair.
So that'd be at 22.
Wow, 22.
Yeah.
You drop down and you begin to pat the soil around the main road. You don't really find anything. But when you walk over to that large rock that is to the right of you, you begin to examine it and you see what looks like claw marks scratched into it.
Do lizards have claws?
Yes.
There's claw marks.
I'm gonna look at them.
Okay.
I'm gonna look and say those are friskies.
Do you want to do anything while you're looking at them? You find them, they're there. Good roll nature.
Can I help while she does that? Or do you have to do that?
Do you have proficiency in it? You can give her advantage.
Okay. I'll help you.
Thank you.
Dang, we just gotta
She
walk
needs
over and look.
She needed it.
Ooh, that's a 15.
So 15. You look, and you do know that some lizards have claws, but as you're really looking at the form of these claws, they don't look like they're lizard claws. You get the idea that a very large cat has made those claw marks. And you were reminded the night previous when Mazhug told you that it's not too dangerous as long as the panthers don't get you.
So, we may want to look out for panthers.
It's panther.
Big lizards weren't enough. There's panthers.
Panthers.
This looks like cat claw marks, not lizard claw marks.
Luckily, it's not night.
And Mazog did say something about panthers.
Dankweed walks over and Aaron peers over and goes, "Fuck."
Well, I know this much about panthers. They won't attack a group. They're opportunistic hunters. They'll attack us if we're alone, but as long as we're in a group and we're loud enough that they know that we're coming, I don't think they want us. I don't think any of us taste very good. Except for maybe, you did bring that delicious smelling deer.
They might not be too happy with what they're trying to
Just make sure we keep them in there. Just make
Who
sure
has- who has nature? If you have nature, give it a roll.
Me and you, just the natureless fruit.
No, I rolled a natural one.
Okay.
15.
3.
15?
Yeah.
Kitty or Emily,
Yes.
can one of you keep the crit tally going? And we'll have
Oh.
Sarah update it.
Yeah. I don't have it back to this. So.
Do you have that blank paper?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, just put it down on that. You rolled a crit fail. Did anybody else crit, succeed, or fail today?
Somebody rolled a
You
natural
did.
sheet. Yeah, she did.
Oh,
Natural
she did.
20 for
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, so just mark those up and we'll have Sarah. Sarah's keeping a campaign tally.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, but she's doing it for us. Right, Adela, what did you roll for your nature?
15.
15? You have no idea what this thing is. You rolled, Linus
I'm
rolled,
pretty sure it's the type of donkey.
Linus, Linus rolled a 1. That all just, the two of you think that sounds correct. That as long as you're together, a panther won't attack.
I think this would be the perfect time for you to play again. If being loud is important.
But what if we chase away the Kenjus?
I take about 5 minutes to pull up my loot, unwrap it.
Oh no, Kaz puts his hand on your hand and pushes it back down. Says, Cass has a very good point.
He's very good at advice.
Thanks for whispering.
Sorry.
Always appreciate it. Go ahead and say it again out loud.
I whispered, he doesn't seem very good anyway. Just let him I'll make a bunch racket. You don't have to break your loop.
You do make a good point.
I'm standing right here.
Would you like that duet now?
No,
I think she was
No.
aware where you were standing.
Yes, I was.
I like you guys.
Can you play anything other than sea shanties?
Can you play anything other than Wall of Wonder?
I just played On the Road again.
Oh, wow. Do you remember that from school?
As a matter of fact, I didn't go to school.
Shows.
I wish I
And he
did.
walks away.
Lucky I'm a nice guy.
My sister can beat you up.
Welcome to Sarcasm and Dragons.
I haven't wronged your sister. I don't plan on it.
I just want to watch the insults on
She
that.
can, she can rub brush at someone. She's badass.
I never wronged her, if that's what we're going for.
So, what do you guys want to do now? You identified that panthers are in fact in the area, but you have a good idea of how to ward them off.
I guess we proceed further in.
I get my gun ready.
Okay.
God.
Gone?
Go ahead and describe what you do.
I go to Dankweed and I pull my rifle, the long rifle off the side of Dankweed.
I'm gonna roll
Float it just away and just get it ready.
It's a long single barrel. It's red, and it looks like it has green scribed into the metal. It's about 5 feet long. It's got like a hammer on the back, and he's kind of cleaning it, and it looks like he's repacking it.
I just want to check. Are we familiar with guns? at all?
Everyone is
Okay.
familiar with
Okay.
guns.
So
And
I'm
this
from
is
me.
done like that.
Whether
That's special.
whether you've seen this particular type of gun, you're familiar with guns. Lestel pulled one and shot and killed
That's how
I did not see
the
that,
barnacle. So,
but I guess I would be familiar with it.
yeah, you weren't there. But you're all familiar with the existence of guns. Whether you have seen one up close or not is entirely up to you. But you all know they exist.
Question.
Yes.
If I'm Bugs Bunny, does that make him Albert Fudd?
Is that
I mean, he can take a shot. We'll find out.
Rifles, but that one is
I wouldn't suggest
very
it.
fine.
I'll put my
But-
finger in the barrel.
Very.
Oh,
It should be nice. Okay,
Where'd you get it?
I stole it.
Maddie, why do you only have
That's the
one
most
hand?
money I've spent.
Well, that's a
I'm
fun
assuming
story.
Linus would steal this.
oh, man, whatever you want. It's
Yeah,
your gun.
Linus stole this.
Is he telling me that you stole this?
Oh yeah.
All right, so you guys have,
I need to hear this story.
What do we get tonight? When we stop, we get back.
to your right, you see that there is, the rock formation there is maybe like 4 feet tall. It expands maybe about 30 feet. That is to the right of you. You can pretty much see past it. You see that there's kind of a rise. There's some trees. To the left of you, you see that there is a pretty well-inclined hill with a massive trees in the back. In front of you, the road goes still well-traveled a bit further. You have absolutely free reign. As long as it's a piece on this map, you can go wherever you like.
How far can we see out on the map?
You can probably see the jungle twists and turns, though it may not be shown. It twists and turns. You could probably maybe see 30, 40 feet ahead of you in detail, maybe 60 vaguely.
I was just wondering if we could see like the water feature from where.
No, not from there.
Okay.
Now,
Can we hear any water?
I mean-
Anything like that?
Probably not just from the jungle life.
Can you sense water?
Addie,
No, you probably would hear
Yes.
one from me.
That's true.
Addie, what did you want to ask?
nature people, I have questions to ask. Would it be crazy for me to assume that animal creatures that live in the rainforest or jungle or whatever would want to be by water?
Everything's got a drink.
See, I'm thinking we find water, we
In
find
a jungle like this,
Not a bad idea.
as considering we're in a coastal area and it probably rains quite a bit, how do our move? Never mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say stagnant water. They wouldn't want that. They'd want.
I don't. Plus, I don't think they're not. Lizards aren't people, right?
Right.
You know what?
Okay, they wouldn't be on a path then.
Right.
They don't need a path.
Exactly.
Aaron looks around and sees everybody on and goes, fine.
I just remember something my
Right.
parents had told me. Early in the
Lizard
morning,
druid. Okay.
lizards need to warm their bodies. So if we were to find somewhere clear where a lot of sunlight was in, we might catch them before they're fully woken up.
Like a
Might-
big rock.
Like the one Right there.
Oh.
Yeah, let's climb up that. I'm gonna climb up the rock.
Yeah, we should get up there.
Very quickly, Kaz goes, that is exactly where a lizard would go. On a rock.
Come on up, Kaz.
I don't know if he's agreed or not agreed. I'm so
The person it was meant for received it.
Yeah. I laid on a big rock on the beach.
Mhm.
First
Don't worry.
episode.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's,
Try out.
All right, so you want to climb up the
Yeah.
rock?
They rolled around in the sand like fucking weirdos.
No, I did.
So-
you didn't?
So hold on. So climbing the it's a 4-foot rock. You can climb up there. It's not super. Roll a d20. Let me know if it rolls a natural 1.
No.
All right, so you climb up there. It's fine.
All right.
You're 4 feet up, and you have not a great view, not a much better view than you had. What do you want to do while you're up there?
Nothing. I don't see any lizards, do I?
Your view has not changed since.
Yeah, I'm not. That was bunk.
So why don't we do it this way? We'll go left to right, and we'll decide what you want to do. Adela, what is it you want to do to either find the lizard, the berries, or the lost carriage?
Go more into the forest off the path.
Okay, go ahead and move Adela like 2 spaces forward. Is that the direction you wanted to go?
Yeah, I think more this way.
This way?
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll climb over the rock and you'll jump down the other side and you see the slight incline. So go ahead and move her off of the rock. Breeze, go ahead and move yourself on the rock. You'll spend this round doing that. Linus, what would you care to do? You have your rifle ready and loaded.
I'm going to go ahead and do the same, and I'm going to signal Dankweed to follow.
Okay.
I'm just going to get up on the rock here.
Dankweed is going to jump up, and I did a roll just to make sure he doesn't crit fail. So he walks up to the rock, and he kind of slides Aaron onto his hind, and he jumps and kicks her up in the air, and then he leaps up, and she does a flip and lands right on his back, thanks to this natural 20. Yeah,
He's cool.
Okay, let me mark that.
yeah, right. Dankweed. Let's write Dankweed, but don't tell Sarah. Just write, hey, put Dankweed and then put a 1 next to it. Okay, what do you want to do while you're up there?
I want to scan around to see if I can see any kind of water and listen for running water.
Okay, do a survival.
And all I have is just the D4. I don't have the bonus.
You would add whatever survival is under, which is wisdom.
Yes.
So then add your
that modifier.
11. You open your ear up to the sound of running water, but you still hear only the lively jungle around you.
In Della.
And the devil,
Yeah.
who squishes everywhere she walks. All
So
right.
confusing.
I mean, I'm water.
Erin sees you looking around, and she too will roll a survival. That is going to be a 14.
This studio has become the master.
Don't worry, we have a good druid. We don't need a ranger. She is going to kind of push her ear out, and she's gonna point what is the east is, where I sit is north. Point to the east, and go, come on!
I think there's water that way. If you guys want to check out water for the lizard,
I'm okay with that.
Possible. I don't know. Are they like alligators? Do we know like what these things?
No.
Okay.
Just know we're supposed to
Alright.
cut their heads off.
Cass, what would you like to do?
My stuff. Too.
I guess I'll also climb up on the rock.
Okay.
But I want to check the rock surface to see if there's any claw marks on it.
You had done that already, and you'd seen there
Yeah,
quite a
okay,
few
I didn't know
scratches.
this was the
Yeah,
same.
that was the rock.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead and roll
Yeah,
just to
no one
not crit
checked
fail.
that one over there.
Oh, that's
Really?
what she did, though.
So you walk up to this 4-foot rock, and you jump and grab onto the ledge. And when you do, you kind of like slog back, and you go to throw your leg over. And Kaz, who did not roll much better, let's say a single point better, runs up behind you and goes, "We can't look like crap in front of the cat." And when he goes to push you up by like your ribs and your hip, it hurts from being hit last night, and you let go and you fall right on top of him.
I'm
Ow.
gonna turn around and put my hand out like, you gotta need some help.
Maybe.
I'm gonna
Okay.
offer my hand to Cass.
Kaz is going to be like furiously swinging with his hands.
I'm gonna help her up.
He's kind of just pick himself up,
Daffy Duck can stay on the ground. I don't care.
dust himself off, and just
My hand is still extended, like right in his face.
he's gonna climb up the rock.
Our party member referred to me as Bugs Bunny, and I just keep rolling with it. I called you Elmer Fudd
We should.
earlier.
It's
That's
a good
pretty
fit.
much right. It's probably gonna blow up on my hands.
Go ahead and roll a d20 to climb up. Yeah, you climb up.
I was gonna say, does she get help from me?
Well, you picked her up. Go ahead and roll a d20 to climb up the rock.
11.
You're good. So you're all up on the rock. You come off the other side. Dankweed has taken a few steps forward to kind of point the way. Do you guys want to proceed forward?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you?
Yeah, sorry. Are we off the rock now, or are we?
Yeah, you'd be a little bit forward.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, move the map. That works.
You know what? I'm trying.
The area you find now is the jungle's thinned out a little bit. You can hear the sound now as you're closer of rushing water not too far ahead of you. You look around, you see that there is one significantly larger tree. More so around you, the area looks pretty well untraversed. Looks like you might be probably the first people who have been up here in a long time. Now that you're up there, left to right, what do you want to do,
What
Adela?
does the tree look like? Is there anything on the tree?
This would require you going to the tree. Okay, go ahead and move her dice to the tree.
I don't know who's who.
Light blue. She's light
That
blue.
is, yep.
Be kind of waterish.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a nature check. Breeze, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna continue walking forward towards this. I can see this crater.
No, you can't see that. I was just kind of. Actually, if you want to remove it,
Just trying to add
there
some
you go. Yeah,
flavor.
10.
10. Okay. We'll come back to the results of that. Breeze, you go ahead and walk yourself forward.
I'm just gonna keep walking forward in the general direction of the tree, but not right up to it.
Okay. Linus.
Look, I feel like it's the central location, so I can watch over everything.
Okay.
Like this rock, I'm gonna bring them with me, so
All
that
right.
I know that she's safe.
Cass.
Can I look for dark patches on this side of the rock, like on the ground?
Sure. Go ahead and roll a survival. And Kaz is going to try and help. Go ahead and move yourself a little bit forward. Move Kaz with you.
Is this,
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the really feminine dice. You're the really manly gray one.
I had a 5.
5? Okay. Addie?
What all is in front? Like, is it overcast from like the tops of the jungle?
The area you're in now, there's a lot more canvas above you. It seems to be even darker up here, so your vision's going to be a little bit more obscured. You can still see everyone as they're walking through, but the farther they get away from the rock where you're at, the more they become shapes in darkness.
Okay. And what all is it just like open space, like besides trees?
Yes,
or?
it's actually just open space,
Mhm.
except for this very large tree nearby.
Okay. And I don't see water.
You don't see water.
Okay. Am I seeing any sense of sunlight anywhere? Like, can I see off in the distance it's a little bit lighter, or is it just darkness?
Where you had climbed up for the main road on the rock, you see that there is more light there,
Mm-hmm.
but
So
further
we're
ahead
actually-
it doesn't look like there's much more sunlight from where you're
All
at.
right. So it seems like we're chasing more of the water lead than we are the sunlight, like because that's what they
Yes.
were talking. Okay.
It looks like you're going more towards they would need water more than they would need sunlight, perhaps. That's the lead you're chasing.
Okay. I would like to assist in looking for blood because if they're already murdered, then great.
Okay, go ahead and roll a survival check.
Where'd my box go? All right, that is a solid 5.
Woo!
What else we need?
You rolled the same?
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. Neither of you.
We add
What?
rules together.
It would still.
Probably wouldn't get.
If you did that, you'd get what Kaz got. You guys don't find anything in particular.
Tree.
Did you make a roll, Breeze?
I did not.
Okay.
Did I?
You just began to walk forward towards where the water was coming from. Linus, you took a more centered space. Adela, what did you roll on this tree?
10.
A 10? When you walk up to this tree, you're not super familiar with these kind of things, but this tree itself is bigger than any other tree you have seen thus far. Its trunk is significantly wider, and the branches grow longer and denser than most others. You don't know if this tree is natural to this, or whether this is some sort of anomaly.
I was just looking to see if maybe berries were on the tree.
Okay.
Because I don't know what the berries grow on.
Oh, then go ahead and roll a perception check.
Yeah. I don't know what the berries grow on. Yeah, 12.
A 12? You're looking into the tree and you narrow your eyes to try to find very small berries. You don't seem to find it, though you do see something moving in the tree, which is going to save you a sneak attack, as something very large drops from the tree. Let's roll initiative.
I knew it was coming.
All right, so dropping out of the tree, from what you can see, Adela, is a massive leathery hide body, small legs, but a large leathery body. It's going to drop out of the tree and it's going to try to make an attack on you. That is going to be a staggering 8.
No.
Dropping out of the tree, it just boom hits the ground. Everyone turns over to see. Adela, you're able to jump out of its way, and when you see what had fallen out, it has a dark greenish, leathery, kind of scaly skin. It's roughly the size of like a Rottweiler, and it's got a large mouth. And when it opens it, you see it has small, jagged, pointy teeth. You see that it has a long tongue in its mouth. This is easily identified as a very large lizard.
Oh, see, that's what they look like.
Found it.
Yeah.
Breeze, you are starting the round.
I'm gonna cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on the thing.
What's it got to do?
Oh my god.
I didn't have this all written down.
I got it.
We'll call it a wisdom saving throw, because I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah.
I can double check, but I'm pretty sure it is.
What is your, make sure you roll for your spell save. So that is 8
Yep,
plus
it's a
your
wisdom
charisma, plus a d4.
It's a wisdom save. My hyena had it.
Weird.
Yes.
It's gonna be 11.
11?
Mhm.
You stand back and you sing a couple very humorous limerick, and it reaches the giant lizard's ear, and it just and it does not affect. Anything else on your turn?
Yes, that lizard left. I was going to make a madness check.
I was going to volunteer. Bless you. A bunch of times.
Whew, thank you.
I'm gonna cast
You can only cast one spell per turn.
Can I cast a cantrip?
No.
Then I'm just gonna how far is he away from me now? Is he within attacking distance?
That is a fine question. Go ahead and drop this. You'll need that. Go ahead and drop that in front of
Put it
Yes,
on
that's
a
it
1
right there.
so we know it's
Right there.
not Aaron.
Yeah, put it on the 1.
Yeah.
It will be right in front of Adela.
Okay.
So move it right in front of Adela.
Right.
Excellent.
Alright, so I can't throw anything without having anything. I'm just gonna draw my I'm gonna draw my quarterstaff and I'm gonna step here.
Okay.
And so I can hopefully give Linus a fair shot.
Excellent. Linus?
Oh, no, I can't do that. Never mind.
I'm actually going to crawl under Dankweed
Okay.
to the other side so I can put myself in the way
Okay.
of the thing in Aaron. Take a deep breath, brace the gun, and shoot it with sharpshooter.
It's -5 to your roll.
That's 3, so 14 in it.
All right, go and roll damage. A loud crack of thunder.
5, 6, 19 damage.
Where are you aiming?
Its face.
Its face? You take the shot and a loud clap of thunder, and the head explodes. The body goes limp.
Hey! We need the heads.
No, we just had to cut
We
him
need the
off.
what?
You see,
thought we had to take the heads.
So I got it everywhere. I throw the rifle up
I
there.
don't think so. There
Aaron
was
catches it and
Maybe
reaches
just
into
show
a pack
him.
and starts reloading it.
Honestly, this is your mission, so from what I understood, I thought we needed the heads, but if we just need the blood, okay.
I think she wanted us to take the heads back to prove that we did it.
Well, now we have no proof. We're just gonna take the
yeah,
body
we'll
back.
kill more. It's
Cut off
fine.
the tail.
Yeah,
Just
we
take
gotta
the
kill
pieces
them all.
and put them in a bag. She can put them together. Look, there's an eye socket and like some teeth. Obviously a face.
I was gonna say just cut off the tail.
The argument is cut by Kaz going, "Holy shit!"
Also,
Aaron.
that was also.
It's so bloody teeth
No,
sometimes.
Aaron's just packing away and looks over and goes, "Come on."
What? Do you have a sidearm or a secondary weapon? Because it takes a while to load.
That's why she does that. If anything crazy happens, that might go still. And she'll sort of. But plus, Jamie doesn't let things get close. If need be.
Can I like pick it up and start spraying the blood for it, like blood loss?
Sure, you walk over, you grab its tail, and you just start dragging it. Roll in athletics.
I'm gonna help with
Shake
that.
it.
Do you have proficiency with athletics?
Acrobatics.
No, it's not going to help.
I'll help. I have proficiency with athletics.
Do you want to help?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Then you
Hold on. Go ahead and roll with advantage. As you and Adela are grabbing this tail and dragging the body, blood is just spilling out, and Kaz goes, "Oh God, why?"
We grow the berries.
Is he always like this?
I don't know. I don't pay attention to him.
He's normally singing bad songs.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
Can I roll a survival to see if Tango is edible?
Give it a roll.
Did you just call it Tengu?
I got it at 22.
Tango?
You're dragging this body all around.
It's like
Whatever.
bird people.
Ooh, that's a crit.
Go ahead and mark Breeze down for a crit fail.
Ooh.
Yeah, absolutely.
So.
I'm gonna cut some fillets of it.
Okay.
A couple slivers.
All right.
Ooh.
Go ahead and add three fillets. Make sure you write they are
He's trying to eat the kenju.
kenju.
We could technically eat anything.
Listen, you see him do it.
Should we tell him?
We should
What?
probably, yeah, there's
Can I
one.
roll to see
We
if,
should tell.
if it's a poisonous type creature?
Hey, their blood's poison.
Is it?
Yeah.
Cool, I'll keep them to make poisons later.
All right, you do you.
Thank you for telling me that before I ate them.
Make sure to
I
spread
was
that
going to
blood
cook them
around.
for dinner later.
That's what
Yeah.
we're doing.
Like a lot.
It might
You know,
be
more
good
surface
for
growing.
your-
Yeah.
It's
Well,
But
there's,
will the poison still?
we still gotta find some
All the way to
berries.
find out
too.
to try it.
Yeah.
You only live once.
You dry open?
No.
You only
I
die
didn't make
once too.
stupid choices. That's why I'm still alive.
With that, a kenju has been exploded. The head has been sent to the four corners of the earth. Is there anything else you want to do while you're here?
Oh, also, I want to get a good whiff of the kenju, so next time I do a perception check, I have a point of reference. So
Go
I'm
ahead
going
and
to bury my face
roll a
in
survival.
Kenju's body. Not like in the bloody part, it's like
Go ahead and roll a survival.
Sniff is proof.
It's been drug around, so a little bit of its own blood has gotten on it.
Sniff is proof.
That's
This
what
makes me want to imagine. So gross.
Give me a 10.
You get the heavy smell of iron and almost spoiled blood. You don't feel like you're going to be able to track with that, though you might be able to identify it later.
Can I take the tail?
Sure. Go and roll. Nah, it's fine. Just cut it off. I'm not going to spend all day rolling
At least we
survivals
have
for
a
little.
tail for proof?
Can I climb the tree?
Sure, give me an athletics.
Damn it! I was hoping acrobatics.
Acrobatics is for balancing and landing and shit like that.
Bouncing up the goddamn
You're supposed to
tree.
say,
I'm
can I do backflips up the tree?
Oh. Hey, why don't we talk about that acrobatics check as you get 10 feet up the tree and fall?
Can you go up the tree?
I mean,
Did
did
Well,
you
you
need
got
to do that?
roll the acrobatics because you're fall.
yeah.
You're going to have the damage if you succeed.
Where the fuck is my box?
Yeah, I won't look. Okay.
Jason,
Uh,
looking at it.
Yeah, when I look at dice, they're
So 10.
Don't
10?
worry.
As you fall back, you're able to get a foot off the tree, and as you fall, you flip backwards, landing on your legs. You feel a bit of tension in your knee. You take 1 point of damage. All right.
You okay?
Yeah. Can you go up the tree? I just wanted to see if there were more hiding.
I have an idea.
Yes.
Are there little pebbles and that near me?
Sure, there's absolutely some rocks around.
I'm going to pick them up and cast Magic Stone and sling one up there.
One into the tree?
Yeah.
All right, give it a roll. Make an attack roll.
Well, there's that. 20. Yeah.
Is there anything else anyone wants to do with this tree?
I think I'll try to climb it.
Okay.
She failed.
Give it a roll. Linus, you do notice this tree is a lot bigger than any other tree that you have seen before.
It's gonna be 11.
You begin to climb the tree and you're making a very slow pace. But you're beginning to climb. The
It's
bark
16.
isn't abiding your claws the way you would like it to be. 16, you take your sling, you fire the rock into the tree. You hear the branches shake, a couple of leaves fall out, and you hear it kind of bounce off of a branch. You are 10 feet up.
I want to walk around and keep my hand along the trunk. See
Okay.
if it's any like some of the larger trees I've seen before that aren't exactly large trees.
Roll a nature check. Aaron will help you.
Do I have an advantage?
Yes.
Do I have advantage on the D4 as well, or just the
Yes. You take the highest of both rolls. So if you roll a 4 on the d4, you keep that with the highest d4.
19?
19?
Yes.
All right. You're not particularly familiar with this kind of tree, but taking a survey of the trees around, this tree is unnaturally sized.
I don't like it. I don't like this tree at all.
Can I hear him say that? Tim, get up.
I would totally say that loud.
Yeah, okay.
You don't like it?
I have pittons in my pack. That's the stuff you stake in tents with. Can I use those to kind of
I'll give you advantage on climbing the tree with that.
thank God? All right.
All right.
You sure you want to climb this tree? He said it might not be natural.
I walk around with a Della. Nothing's natural to me.
You guys might be fine. Don't worry. If it attacks you, we'll just kill it.
All right, and that's an acrobatics, you said?
That is athletics.
Oh yeah. So I keep saying that. That is a 16.
The 16?
Yes.
All right. You are able to climb as Breeze is beginning to slowly make his way up. You just slam one in, slam another in, and you're making some pretty decent speed. You'll be 15 feet, 5 feet above Breeze.
Don't look at my skirt.
Hate to see his penis.
Frisky was much more kind. I wasn't interested in him.
Aaron
I
is
thought you were frisky.
Aaron is gonna pull on your shirt, Linus, and she's going to hand you a palm leaf,
Oh, thanks.
and she's going to take another one and tie it between dank weeds, rack, and hold it above her head.
I hold it above my head and do this to it. Right?
She looks at you and goes, "Fine."
All right.
The two of you are up the tree.
So we're
Should I
trying
continue climbing?
Okay.
Continue climbing.
Okay. 20 feet is the next branch. So, Addie, go and give me one more athletics.
Do I still have advantage?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
And Breeze, give me one more athletics.
17.
17.
16 again.
The both of you are able to make it to a branch. You are 20 feet off the ground. Adela, Cass, anything you want to do?
I mean, I already tried seeing if anything else was going to come down by throwing a rock up there.
Well, there's plenty of other things around.
How tall is this tree? Can you tell?
The tree, a good guesstimate of the tree, you're probably looking at maybe 60 feet with very large
Good, that's right,
branching.
rocks.
Can we see, now that we're 20 feet up, can we see enough to see most of the tree now?
You can see, you're pretty much seeing the same thing you're seeing on ground level of the tree. More branches, but a very large trunk. If you were to look out over, you can see that there. Go and roll a perception.
That doesn't count as a tree.
What was it? It totally counts.
It does?
Yes.
Sweet. Okay. 21. 22.
22?
Yes.
As you're looking over, you see what looks like a bunch of branches have been pulled and draped on top of something. That incline, that hill that's not too far from where you're at right now. So in that area right there is right on that hill. It looks like branches have covered something.
I'm gonna say, hey guys, there's something over there. We should probably check that out cautiously. And I'm gonna start climbing down.
Okay, athletics.
I do
Before we do
acrobatics
that,
to jump down.
Don't you guys always land on your feet?
Adela, is there, Cass, is there anything the two of you wanted to do?
You said there's another kind of smaller tree, right?
Yeah, there's like one or two smaller trees.
20.
Can I hit one of those with one of the magic stones just on the safe side?
Sure, give it a roll. Make it a
23 on that acrobatics to jump down.
Okay, you jump down 20 feet,
That'll be
and
16.
you have the 2d6 damage you get from falling.
Apparently this one just rolls 13s.
Does it at least look cool?
Oh yeah, it looks absolutely cool as you jump down. How many hit points do you have, by the way?
Should have.
It would be, what is it, a d8 plus your con?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, 9.
9? I'm going to throw this out at you guys.
The most you can take is 6.
He took 6. It was boxcars.
Was it a superhero landing? Was it no? No?
So bad for your knees.
So I will throw it out to the table. What is 6 points of damage jumping 20 feet out of a tree?
God.
Other than a warning to Addie.
It is kind of.
Yeah, Addie's like, ooh, I'm not doing that. Just throw. What happens to him? He jumps out of the tree 20 feet. He lands. What happens?
Lands on his back instead of his feet.
Lands on his back, 7 feet. Anyone
God, is
else?
he crippled at that point?
Anyone else? Just throw it out there.
That's 2/3 of his health. Just.
All right, roll a Constitution saving throw.
So I get trying to be cool.
Don't worry, it's totally cool. I would totally do it if I was
Super
18.
practical.
You jump out of the tree, and as you do so, one of your bootlaces catch on one of the broken branches, small, extending out, and as it does, you tumble forward, doing a full flip. You do your best to adjust, but as you land, you just can't get your feet from underneath of you, and you just land just straight on your back, and as your head hits, boom, just everything goes white for a minute.
Oh no, I got a concussion.
And you grab onto consciousness and you pull yourself back. And just your body hurts so bad.
Oh.
And to match that, the mad cackling from Kaz.
Fuck you.
I'm just imagining he hits the ground so hard he like loses breath for a second. Like that's the worst. Just,
Yeah. Addie, do you want to get out of the tree or do you live there now?
I wanted to. Well, I actually want
After
to
that, I'd live there.
investigate. You know, because the Kenju was up
Yes.
there. I want to look around, see if it had habitat up here or what.
Give it a roll.
Don't listen to
What am I
me.
rolling?
Like,
Investigation.
Roll investigation.
there's
Okay,
a reason
hold on,
I'm
that's
alive and most people want to
in my
dead.
Or looking.
The
There
reason
we
is
go.
you.
Whew,
You're learning.
that was close. Thought I didn't have an eye for a second. 18.
18. You look around and you see a lot of claw marks. They don't look the same as from the rock. It looks like something was struggling to pull itself up. When you look around a little bit more, you see that there are halves of squirrels, of birds, of snakes. This thing found bounty in this tree.
Does it look like there was more than one occupying this area?
Roll in nature.
Alright, it's not my strong suit, but I'll try. 8.
It looks like there's only one.
Okay. Did the claw marks go any higher, or is this kind of where it was?
It does look like it's made its way a little bit higher. You're kind of looking up on the branch, and you just see a squirrel's tail just limply hanging off. You see what like a monkey's arm just hanging by the elbow off of a thin branch. It looks like maybe further up it caught something a little bit bigger. Yeah.
Alright, I still have advantage with those pittons, right?
You want to keep going up? The athletics.
Hey, there's no better way to die than doing something that no one else will know I knew about. All like the information I've learned. That would be 18.
18. You climb another, let's say 10 feet.
Alright,
You're able to find a branch that you don't have to cling to the tree.
alright.
How far are you willing to go up this tree?
I'm trying to investigate further, see if there was more Kenju, or if there's a lead to where the rest of them are.
I'll tell you what, if you can make it 20 more feet, it'll be worth it.
Alright.
But if you fall,
I'm gonna die. I
most,
get it.
most likely.
I get it.
Okay. Is there anything you guys want to do while you're down there?
I'm just gonna lay here for a minute.
Okay.
Can I see his ends?
Yes.
I'm just gonna watch and get my bow ready.
Cash to
Okay.
put that in case.
All right.
Just start.
I'm just trying to look for like berries on the ground anywhere. Just trying to continue.
See if they grow that quickly.
No, not like from what we just did, but like if there was like old blood.
All right. You already did a check in this area, so you're you're pretty confident you won't find any.
Can I just yell down, Cass, catch me if I fall?
What?
You feel a very strong hand grab your shoulder. Kaz looks at you and just shakes his head.
What? Why?
I don't like him.
She's not that bad.
Yes, he is.
I'm gonna say, who do you like?
My sister.
Apart from her.
Maz.
She doesn't even know you.
That's true.
She likes me.
You should try liking us
I made her
if
laugh.
we wanna like you.
I like the deer. And the little girl. She seems cool.
Oh, don't fuck. She seems nice.
Would you call her?
Isn't that her name?
No.
What's her name?
Yeah.
Erin.
It's man.
You can call her that too.
It's pretty much don't fuck either way.
Fair. Go ahead and make your next roll.
Alright.
We'll be going by 10.
Look away. Alright, we're still in business. 15.
15, you're 10 more feet up, you find a branch that you can sit on. You find more dismembered animals, and you see that there are claw marks.
Okay, still.
You want one more?
Alright.
That is 40 feet.
Yeah. Yay! Soft 20.
You climb 50 feet up. You're
God.
coming to what is where the tree is beginning to lean out, and you're able to maybe navigate a branch a little bit further. You're pretty good at this kind of thing, so there's really no reason. And as you look out, look down towards everybody, you all see Addie 50 feet in the air, just crouched on a branch, Assassin's Creed style. Is there anything you want to say or do? Give them a rounding, like, applause. And
Don't fall!
I don't think I can catch you from that height.
I mean, it's farther than you did.
do a flip.
You know what Cash would do? Cash would start playing a free fall.
I mean, Wall of Wonder over here. You can.
Oh shit! I'm gonna check for my my loot. If I did fall. Can I do a roll for that?
We'll see. Let's resolve this.
Alright, what was worth it?
As you are beginning to look around, you see that you're above the canvas of the trees. You can kind of poke your head above, and when you do, you feel rain dropping onto your head. It has begun to rain. That's it. No, I'm just kidding.
I got my palm loose still.
And as you look around, you see there is something weird about the trees. Is there should be a solid canvas. It looks like something has cut through them. Something forcefully pushed its way and has broken branches that fell or were caught by other branches. But you can see there is a clear trail that leads through the canvases down to the jungle floor.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll a investigation.
Nice. 7.
You don't think you can spot where it landed, but you know it landed near the tree.
Okay. So, in layman's terms, can you explain to me what I just found? I'm not as smart as Eddie is.
That's fine. What's Addie's intelligence?
2. Well, 15.
So Addie can probably pretty well decipher what would be most common. It looks like something fell from the sky and it tore through the canvas and landed on the ground.
Okay. Alright. I would like to take my rope, tie a little harness around me.
That'll take 5 feet.
All right. Tie a little around a branch.
Okay.
Nice and sturdy. And then I'm going to climb down with my pittance. Like try to slide down.
Roll intelligence, not sleight of hand, for the rope.
Alright. We got this. Pretty sure. God.
This is
rogue, I would hope
This is for the knot.
Soft 20.
Pretty confident in that knot.
Yeah.
And with that,
Nacho average.
with that, roll to see if you get a 1.
Alright.
You'll be able to climb down just fine. Just roll for a 1.
We've already tested
8.
it.
You're fine. You're able to slide down the tree with maybe having horribly damaged the tree on your way, but you are down. Breeze. Roll a d100.
Good luck.
We never specifically discussed where you keep the loot.
Keep it in my satchel. Kind of sack on my side, usually.
So it's kind of in the place where a sword would be.
Yes.
That's fine.
So not on my back or anything, and not like just right on my front.
Give it a roll. We'll say 20%.
That's
That
Yeah,
is-
you have to roll a
Roll
d10 too.
oh, 10.
okay. Because Katie, you brought up a very good point. I said 20% of it.
Mm-hmm.
How should we interpret that?
Well, it depends. It'd either be 0 through 20 or like
80 through 100.
Yes. But it would still have to be
We have
20.
a 1 and a double 0, so.
You rolled a 1.
This is bad.
Does that count as a crit fail as perception percentiles?
So if I go to feel it,
You reach into the heavy leather casing. Frankly, it's better. It has better leather armor than you. And when you reach in, you feel the strings have been broken.
is that all that's broken?
Upon further inspection, a couple of the frets are beginning to pull off, but it's not major damage. Though it's unplayable until you've replaced the strings.
I'm going to breathe the heaviest sigh you could ever hear, I believe.
All right, Abby, you're on the ground.
Alright. Hey guys, do you mind helping me hold this rope?
Sure.
Cool. I want it back.
Okay.
Just gonna try to pull the knot loose, if that's possible, with her help. If it brings down the whole branch, I don't care.
Athletics, that's what's going to happen.
Alright. Is it with advantage because she's helping, or
Yep.
do you have proficiency in athletics?
I do.
I'm gonna let you do it.
Yeah, the Paul needs to
I'm helping her.
debris.
Yeah. We might both die from this, but it's fine.
You do have proficient in athletics?
She does. I don't.
Okay, you can't help them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you have to have proficiency. So give it a roll.
It's not that bad.
A little bit worse.
13.
13, you yank and you yank and you yank, and the rope breaks. You have 30 feet of rope now.
Alright. Not as less than, or more than 0, so it's fine.
Do you want to push forward on trying to figure out what fell from where?
Yes.
Go ahead and roll an investigation with advantage. Do you share that you had seen something atop the tree
I think I
branches?
said that before I
Yeah,
came
he was
down.
yelling
Okay.
as he was getting
All
ready to
right.
fall.
So you guys have what might be covered, something covered nearby.
21.
21. You dig up a little bit of ground, you move a couple of rocks, and you find that there's a massive crater in the ground.
Well, this don't look natural.
We're all about these superpowers.
Yo.
Have you ever seen Chronicle?
And
Or be as many friends.
and if you go to the bottom, you see that it looks like a pretty hefty chunk, but it has a mirror finish on it.
Dips. Shining.
Addie is there. This thing weighs about 15 pounds.
Okay. I would like to do a nature check on it, try to see if it's hazardous.
Give it a roll.
16.
It doesn't seem like it's radiating anything. It's not hot. It's actually fairly dirty, but it doesn't. You don't get the idea that you're going to die holding this.
Okay. Let me check my inventory real quick. You said it's 15 pounds. How big is it?
It's probably the size of a small dog.
All right. Would it be able to fit in my backpack?
Yes.
Okay. I do that with using my cloak. I don't really want to touch it,
Sure.
so.
All right. What do you guys want to do now? You are chasing after waterfalls, and you were
Stick
told
to the
that
river.
something might have been covered.
Yeah, let's go towards. I'm gonna start walking towards the cover then, very slow.
Okay. You're reloaded. What do you guys want to do?
Yeah, let's go towards the covered thing.
Might be the survivors of the caravan if they're seeking shelter.
Or your leftover supplies.
Those are leftovers. Them.
Go ahead and move yourselves on top of the mound there.
Am I with them now?
Yes.
Oh, you can take the number
Also-
1 out from in front of me. You spread his blood.
I'm gonna ask Kat as we're walking. Hey, you think when we get back into town,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you could
I would say moving me up there.
give me a few strings?
Where do you want to be?
He says,
Wherever up there. Yeah.
What about you guys?
Just professional courtesy, one artist to
Yeah,
another.
in the general vicinity if you can.
Kaz,
Next to each other.
Kaz looks to Breeze and he says, wait a minute, you didn't bring extra strings?
Those are my last ones. I've been here for a long time.
Oof. No, fresh out of strings.
Can I run a perception check to see if he's lying?
You can roll an insight.
Inside. I just
Strings were food obsessed, I would say probably didn't have extra strings.
14.
Yeah, he's lying.
Alright then.
You'd have to have extra strings.
Nope, this
I
is
know
it.
you do.
I mean, I have these strings, and I have my backup strings, and I have my replacement strings. Those are all the strings. I don't have any extra. You didn't carry backups and then extra backups?
Those are my extra backups.
Oof, man, it's kind of unprofessional, don't you think?
We're going to talk about professionalism.
Man, get off my back.
Do you know where he keeps his extra strings?
Lots of that.
I don't.
You guys haven't killed each other yet.
Prove I'm better than my rival. I will do anything.
Is that what it says?
Man, I'm just a nice guy.
With that, you climb up this small hill and you see what looks like a tree that has been chopped down, stripped away, sitting at the top of. That's probably like a 15-foot climb, but at a pretty decent slant. You're on top of this hill. What do you guys want to do? You see that there are branches obscuring something.
Can I do a perception check on the branches, on that mound of branches, just to make sure there's nothing like hiding in there?
Give it a roll. Adela?
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
I was gonna go kick the stick over there.
Okay. You walk over to the stick. Linus?
I want to do like a nature check to look for tracks.
Tracks?
Yes.
Okay.
See if anything's-
Give it a roll. Cass?
I'm just gonna look for berries in this area.
Survival? Addie?
I kind of want to hang back and
See what everyone else.
well, I want to keep a lookout for if another Kenju decides to attack us or Panther or be on the alert.
Roll a perception. Left to right? Addie? Adela? sorry.
Yeah.
Adela?
I was kicking the branch.
Okay. Go ahead and roll in athletics.
Crit fail on that perception.
All right.
Rack him up to there. Time to change dice.
The only ones who
Agreed.
have a crit
13.
fail are these.
13. You walk over to the tree, and as you go to raise your foot to give it a kick, you look that there's just a couple rocks in front of it, and you just give it a light tap, and the entire tree. Go ahead and move that branch right there, move into the middle of the road.
Alright.
It's a track.
It rolls down with relative ease. That seemed very, very simple for you to do. Go ahead and move Adela to the end of the hill. Breeze, you made a check on the pile of branches. You look around and you see trees nearby. You think that maybe it has in recent been struck by lightning and they just dropped from there.
Are they charred?
You can't tell from here, but you're not super suspicious of it.
Okay.
You feel like maybe you just made an assumption on something that you don't, that now that you're there, doesn't look like anything.
Alright, I'm gonna.
Hold on. Linus, what are you doing?
I was looking for tracks to see if there was anything that was in the area.
What'd you roll?
25.
25. You see that there are, in fact, there are wheel tracks. They have been worked up the hill, and you see that there are a lot of on-foot tracks. In fact, you get the idea that you're not just seeing tracks, you're seeing a battle. You're seeing a battle play out right in front of you. A very heavy skirmish. One that, as you look now more at this pile, the victors aren't laying underneath that pile of branches.
8.
Cass, 8. You find red soil. Addie,
For my perception check, I rolled a 17.
a 17. Something is moving around inside of the trees.
Mm. I want to try to keep my eye on it.
Okay. What are we doing?
I want to let everybody know what I see. That there's probably dead things. Stuff. Somebody died. They threw under some sticks.
Do you have anything to drink?
Was it the trading people?
Let's hold on a second. I guess the end.
There was a wagon, so but now they're fighting somebody. So they lost, or somebody lost, and they threw dead people. The ones that passed under the sticks. So we can check. Check them out, find out.
I hit to the branch.
They might be the men we're looking for.
Could be.
Or they might be Kenju.
Who's the big guy? Somebody should go do that. We're gonna stand back here.
Unfortunately, I think the big guy is you.
Dankweed proudly steps forward and pushes out his chest.
I'll pull Aaron down. Now you can.
Dankweed stands next to him. Just backs up next to Aaron.
Probably smart.
Yeah, I think that's you.
Okay, well, I found red soil.
Oh, okay.
It was by the branches.
By the branches.
Those
I'll
branches
go kick
that
a
seem very
branch.
unsuspicious.
I'll go lift a branch.
All right.
That's what I was going to do too.
Cass,
As they're going over there, I'm gonna get the gun ready.
Cass and Adela, go ahead and move them over there. And flip over that. No, flip it over.
Oh,
Oh,
You find
how did I not
bodies.
smell
It was
that?
because you were like way away from it, and it was being obscured by branches.
Getting concussion, throwing your senses off.
That's
Yeah,
that-
you're smelling blood now. not their blood, like yours. Like it's filling your sinus cavities.
That's not good.
Nope.
Guys, we might have to eventually go back and get medical attention.
Yeah, who needs a healer on an expedition? Mm.
You see when you throw those branches over, you see that there is a mess. Just bodies
I do a
sliced and cut up, something bad.
How's it looking over there, guys? Is it nice?
bad.
Gross.
Bodies.
Can I look to see if they have
Like at the
the
floor.
brooch that the guy said? The jade brooch thing?
Yeah.
As you
Let's go.
As you go to kneel down to do that, something bursts from the trees. Linus, you had a prepared action for that.
Yeah.
Addie, as soon as you see the trees call, you quickly point it out. And this is going to take the surprise round. It's going to take the advantage from this surprise round. So he's going to make a standard roll, evens, odds, evens, and give me a strength saving throw. Adela, as you have been
13.
pounced on. 13.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to jump down with its claws. It's going to slam into your body. You are going to take 6 points of damage. And as it tries to push you to the ground, you fall down a bit, but you're able to catch yourself and kind of slide yourself back onto your feet. Let's do a quick left to right initiative. That is going to be him working first. We're just going to go left to right.
Do you have a dice for me?
Don't roll initiative.
Oh,
Oh.
We're just going to do a. go
Oh,
ahead and
we're
put
doing
this,
left
Yeah,
to
go
right.
ahead and put this in front of yourself.
Oh, we're all like, okay.
Linus, your attack is going to go off. Go ahead and make a single shot.
it'll be with my bow this time because Aaron still has my rifle. Not that good.
Add your d4,
Oh, wait, the D4 as well.
because you're proficient with attacks.
13. So does my archery still count?
Yes.
So it's going to be the same. So plus 17. Yeah.
17. All right. As it leaps out, you take your bow and you fire. You're able to stick it. Go ahead, roll damage. 9? All right. You're able to stick it in the side, but the panther is able to make its attack. It stumbles a little bit, but it's still on its feet.
Adela, that's a panther.
Oh.
Educate as
Adele,
we
it's
go.
your turn.
Talk to your people.
Not my people.
Not ones that don't speak common.
I don't think even if you could
Go
talk to
grab
cats,
it.
cats
There's a
would talk
Dr.
back.
Pepper in there if you want.
I saw you drinking yours, and I was like,
I'm actually angry. I'm probably not going to drink full time.
Thank you.
No problem.
I will check with my
That's just going to
trident.
get away with your
Okay, go ahead and make an attack.
Anyway, so.
And I'll do 2 hits.
All right.
That will be a 17.
After having been suffered a pretty deep claw wound to the chest, you see that blood is beginning to fill through the armor. Adela just grabs the spear. Go ahead, roll damage.
What's
The trident.
bloody water.
what do I add to the damage?
Strength.
Okay. 6.
6. Adela grabs her trident out, raises it above her head, and just slams it right through the skull of the panther, pinning it to the ground. The panther struggles desperately in the dirt before it gives up and dies.
Damn, okay. So much for the rest of initiative.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we're going left to right. I'm not doing all the initiative again for you guys to two-hit this thing.
Yeah.
But we did. All right. It dies there. You look down to the ground. Who wanted to do a further investigation on the bodies?
I'm gonna walk up to the panther. I'm gonna pull its eyes.
Yeah, you can't do that.
I wanted
Yeah,
to.
they've been pressed out of its skull as the force of the trident
Yeah.
ripping through its head.
That was probably
Well, I feel bad having had to watch another cat die.
The same way humans feel bad when monkeys die, I suppose. All right.
I know.
You can walk over and kneel down and kind of pet it. Have a moment of silence with it.
I wanted to investigate the body, see if they had the emblem. I think she did too.
Okay. Why don't the two of you go ahead and roll me
So I have
investigation?
trident in its head.
What's your investigation?
To get her pouncing on me.
Oh, yeah, you do it. You do it. You're better.
You don't?
I'm not proficient in
Oh,
investigation.
no kidding.
That's 16.
16? The bodies are kind of stacked on top of each other, so you have to do a little bit of work to pull them off. And you do find the Jade Council, the Jade Reef emblems. The palm-sized metal discs, you can see that the jade has been pried out of them, and they have been lodged into the upper gums of the skulls.
Ah.
So, these are our people that are looking for. The jade and the britches are shoved into their gums of their skulls.
I don't think
Sounds like a
Kenji
waste
could
of
do that.
Precious metals,
No.
if you ask me.
The jade has been pried out, but the emblem itself is
Oh,
just a
okay.
common steel
Okay.
right up between the front teeth.
Can I do a history check? Because isn't that like a military thing with dog tags? Like all
Yes,
the time?
that is. Yes, that is.
Can I do a history check on that, or would I know that?
Yeah, go ahead and give it a roll. Yeah, that was
I
Vietnam.
thought the jade
They have
was
buttons.
shoved up in their top
Do they
of the
have
mouth.
buttons?
That's not-
Yeah.
It's a whole like
18?
Yeah.
You do know that is fairly common practice to have the emblems stored somewhere even inside of the body so that it can be found. But you know this is mainly practiced by holy warriors.
Okay.
The belief is that as long as there's symbols with them, their god will find them.
Mm-hmm.
But you get the idea from the brutality and how their bodies have just been carelessly thrown there. This was not due to any kind of respect or identification.
Right. I'm gonna lean close to Cass and go, you don't think this is the thing that tribute was involved in, do you? They said it was religious matters. That seems kind of a religious thing.
Yeah. Maybe.
I
don't.
Oh. The thought that came to my mind that I was going to say before was completely irrelevant to this, and I was trying to remember what it was. When you were surprised I didn't have an investigation, I was going to tell you I'm pretty much a used car salesman. So.
Excellent. All right. Go ahead and roll Breeze an investigation to find buttons. You find buttons on the trousers. They are soaked in blood.
Pass.
What buttons are you looking for?
Otherwise, what you see is that there's also a carriage that looks like it was torn apart. You see that on the side of the carriage, what looks like blood has been painted on the side. What looks like waves, and then a shark's fin has been painted on the side.
That gang.
Little sea gang.
Yeah.
You otherwise find 3 or 4 bodies. The same fate has been met. Their armor has been stripped off of them. But you do see a blood trail leading closer into the trees. You're all there to see this. Anybody want to follow it?
I want to check and see if there's any supplies left to the carriage.
Well, I'm not splitting with
Investigation.
Yeah.
Linus, you take the few steps forward, and you see what looks like a small gnome's body. You're fairly familiar with what a gnome looks like. Unfortunately, the remains of this gnome are minimal. You get the idea that the panther has been snacking. But you do find slung, actually crammed into the shirt, you find a bag that this gnome thought high enough of it that he would try and hide it. And he did so successfully.
Open it up, see what's in it.
The bag is empty, but there are 2 pockets on the front.
I'll check the pockets.
All right. In one of the pockets, you find a small list. A lot of things have been scratched off the list, but you do see 2 things remaining. You see one that says "fan" on it, and you see another one that just it looks like the word's been scribbled out a few times, and it just says "ointment."
Right.
So pretty sure to spell that.
8 on your investigation. The supplies have been stripped. There's nothing worth anything in this pile.
No cloth or anything?
There's the cloth that was inside of it that was keeping for people from peering into the carriage. There's still cloth there, but it's been pretty badly rendered from the wall. So yes, there is some cloth should you want it.
What are you looking for buttons for?
You know, it's kind of silly.
The thing in the other pocket.
It's just reminds me of my mom. She collected buttons.
I have a fancy button.
I love that, but I don't collect it myself. That's
I'm gonna throw it in the bushes.
just disrespectful.
I want to ask for money, but if I found it, I'd take it. You have this bag with these, with a list with 2 things not crossed out on it. Do you want to bring it back to the group?
Yeah, I want to bring it back. Like, I think I found a gnome and his medication list. Activities, maybe? I don't know. It says fan and ointment. I don't know. I think he had health problems. I don't know. I can't read all of it. Maybe you guys
Is
can.
there
Is
any
there a
way
cipher?
to investigate
Is
what's
there
been
code?
scratched
I
out?
just think I can't read that one.
Yeah, go ahead and roll an investigation.
It's been.
Alright.
It looks used. And gross.
Roll an intelligence check. Linus.
Oh, I was like,
Go ahead.
12.
12. You kind of look this list over a little bit more, and you see it looks like it says some scratch out amount of gold. A little bit further down, it says large wooden supplies, tools, forging tools. It goes on to say like jade reef, passport. A couple other things are scribbled out, but that's the most of what you can read off of it. Milk, bread.
Yeah.
That's largely what it looks like. Would you roll on your intelligence check? 14?
Yes.
Something grim though it is, something very familiar about the bag and the note.
Alright, don't judge me when I do this, but I think I know what this bag is. I'm gonna go to one of the dead guys.
Yep.
And cut his head off and put it in the bag.
Okay.
Whoa!
The bag,
You'll find out.
you put it in the bag and the bag swells and then closes back to its usual shape.
So I open it and put my hand in to see what comes out, what I grab.
What do you think about it?
What do I think about?
Yep.
The last thing I remember is supposed to be money.
You don't remember it. No, there's nothing in it.
There's
Bag's
nothing
empty. Bag's empty. If you
What was it we were supposed to do?
the last thing you put in it was the head.
Right.
Okay, do you think about the head or the money?
I think about the money.
Okay, nothing. It's an empty bag.
I think about the head.
You can pull the head out.
Oh, it's not the same bag I was thinking of.
No.
I put the head down. Sorry, it's a different type of bag. But you guys might want this. And then
The head of the bag.
the bag,
I
not the
take it
head.
back.
And then maybe think of what's on the list. I think I know what this is.
Okay.
I'm gonna think of ointment.
You reach in and you pull out a small glass round vial. And on it, there is a label. And I'm going to try my very best to.
Who here has the most intelligence?
Totally different bag.
It says Keotom's ointment.
I'm gonna hand that to you and say, I don't know what this does. You can find it out.
What, you want me to fix your guitar?
No,
Okay,
the ointment.
just checking.
The ointment. Hand her the ointment.
I don't think you're supposed to hand people ointments and say fix it. This is weird.
Usually they hand you ointment and say, listen.
And the other thing says fan.
I'm gonna reach in. I'm gonna say anything about the fan and pull it out.
You pull out an ornate red and yellow striped. It looks like, it actually looks like when you open this fan, it looks like wind. That Japanese depiction of the
I'm
wind.
gonna open it and I'm gonna wave it in a direction away from anybody. So if it does do anything, it won't hurt anybody.
Okay.
Just wave it.
As you wave it towards the trees, when you do,
I had just think on the wall.
that's all right. As you wave it towards the trees, you feel this massive amount of pressure, this, oh, and the trees nearly bend all the way back.
Stop. And then I'm gonna say, do you guys mind if I keep this in the bag?
Oh, I seriously don't care. Just don't point it at me.
All right. So I'm gonna put the fan in the bag.
Gas, go ahead and roll me a Arcana check.
Nine.
A 9?
9.
The name of this ointment sounds familiar. There's of Keotom's ointment. It sounds familiar, and you don't feel like it's anything terrible. So you get kind of a good memory from it, but you can't exactly pin what it is.
Is there I know that the label says the name, but is there a smaller label that
Like
says
directions?
directions?
No, there are no. It does say
It's usually put where it hurts.
no. There's no direction. It looks like it was handwritten on there.
Oh,
Yeah, get it.
if you don't mind, I'll hold on to this.
All right. I'm gonna do an experiment real quick. I'm gonna grab. All right. I'm gonna take some glass. I'm gonna put it in the bag until it disappears. I'm gonna shake the bag
I'll protect
really hard, and I'm gonna put my hand back in the bag and think about the glass.
The glass comes out. It's just fine.
All right. Cool. I'm gonna put my lid in the bag.
It is a bag of holding.
I was thinking of a different bag.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Not my lid.
When
safe.
I'm gonna wait, who has the bag?
I have the bag.
I'm going to request that we keep the head that he already severed as proof that we did encounter the shipment guys.
Why not
They
take
might
the-
not like that.
Why not take the
The metal.
the
Because I
metal?
don't want to dig it out of his freaking head. And it's
Well,
already
you
a thing
want to carry
happening.
around
I'll dig it out of the.
Alright, then you
instead-
carry around the
instead-
bloody disc.
Better
Can we
not
put the
bloody
bloody
head.
disc in the?
Like all we have to do
I can
is
wash it.
show the
What's so
guy.
hard?
That's true. You can wash it.
We only need one. All we need to do is show the guy one and say, hey, your root
Have
passed
fun
away.
pulling that out of
Honestly,
his freaking
I
teeth.
think we should bury them.
All right.
I think it's
So you're able to retrieve the disc. Adele is able to clean it. You respectfully bury the bodies and the rest of the gnome, and you stand on the hill. What is everyone's passive perception? It is
10.
10 plus your
13.
perception. If you're
15.
proficient with it, roll a d4.
Proficient in what?
Perception.
Oh, no.
12.
17.
11.
Okay.
10 plus your wisdom plus your proficiency.
Oh,
right?
plus your wisdom. Oh, so
13.
All right. If you have a 14 or above, which is Linus,
Roll 17.
you see over the hill, a fair distance away, you see that the canopy is kind of broken open a little bit, and you can now see. Right up here, you see there are 3 of the very large lizards. They're just kind of loitering around. It looks like they might be hunting. So go ahead and drop 1, 2, and 3 in this area here.
So, do we still need more lizards? Do you guys want to get more lizards?
Yeah, we probably should.
Yeah.
Supply and demand.
I point out the 3 of them. Like, hey, they're right there.
All right. We're going to say you guys are 80 feet away.
Question.
Yes.
What's the range on my gun?
Probably 100 feet. Like,
Max 100?
we'll say, yeah, 60 regular range and
Okay.
100. You have sharpshooter. That might actually just fuck all that. So
It's only for like cover and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I'll never be at disadvantage for long range.
okay. Well, this will be long range technically,
Okay.
as this is in your long range that you'd have to shoot. So yeah, what do you guys want to do?
Hey, since we've got like an actual sniper, how about we do this? You find yourself like some position in cover, and we'll try to sneak up on them. And if we alert them, you can snipe them. At least
Yeah, just blow his freaking head off again. It'll be great.
And we can
because if you shoot them now, they'll hear the gunshot and go
Well,
first.
how you guys get in range or whatever, I'll count to whatever, a minute, 2 minutes, because and then I'll shoot them, and when they come towards me, you guys can stab. Or whatever it is you guys.
I'm not sure if they'll come towards you or they'll run away though. Because if you kill one of them immediately, they might just say no.
You guys can get on like the sides of them, see, kind of like hurting.
Yeah, we
stuff
can,
way
yeah,
like deep
we
wolves
can
and
do that.
stuff.
We can flank them.
So I'll scare them into you.
And I'll stay over here next to you because I think I'd be more likely to hit one of you guys.
What's the plan?
I need to get up close to do anything.
Same.
All right.
So if you guys want to like sneak around
Okay.
them, I'll set.
What are you going to do?
I'm okay with that.
Or if you
I'm
wanna
going to go
attack,
20
I'll
feet
attack.
forward
All right, hold on a second. Adele?
and do what I say.
But no one's there. Thank
Wow,
God.
this is actually okay.
I'm
Which one
gonna-
are you? Which one are you hitting with the ice knife?
That's hit 3.
Okay.
The other
I'm going to
2.
cast Bardic Inspiration on her to cast that ice knife.
All right, roll a d6 with it.
Well, I gotta roll to hit him at first.
Lives are always one in a group.
Do you know how many people she's killed with that
12.
ice knife? In our party?
That's good though.
The
No,
d20, the
party.
d4, the d6, and your dexterity.
To hit. So I've got to hit first.
Did you? But are you?
You add the d6 to hit.
Yeah.
That's
to the-
what's
Oh, to hit?
yeah.
Uh-huh.
No. I got 1, so that's 13.
Okay. That is going to hit number 3.
Oh, right. So he gets a d10.
Look here. All right. That is going to when it explodes. That'll also hit number 1. I believe they get to make a dex save.
I'm gonna
Fail.
succeed on a. Yeah, okay. Okay.
7.
Alright.
This is the first time she's done that. There hasn't been a party member right in front of the enemy.
So 6 damage to 3 right off the bat.
Okay.
And then 2d6.
So there's learning going on, right? Kind of.
Oh.
Are they clearly surprised that she did that and didn't hurt anybody? I haven't been there for her hurting people. So I'm like,
Yes.
So
You
number
guys are
1 will
fine.
take 11, and then 3 will take 11 as well. But on top of the
None of us died.
Okay.
Yeah.
other.
So here's
killed
here's what goes on.
a Marco.
Breeze looks to Linus and says, "We have a sniper. Why don't you take sniper position?" Linus suggests, "Why don't you guys go around and flank?" Cass and Addie start discussing. We'll roll this. We'll stealth over there. And we'll try to get him. And Adela just takes a couple steps down to about midway to the hill and just conjures the ice knife and just. And you hear. And you look over and 1 in 3 are dead.
Nice. Well, that works. That was good. That was good.
Number
Are
2
Are they frozen?
is going to run this way.
If they're frozen, then we don't have any blood.
We'll have total cover.
I mean, like, I
Shit.
can unfreeze them.
Number 1, they're not frozen, just thick, jagged ice spikes exploded and shrapnel. It's essentially an ice grenade. So they're bleeding out pretty well. And that one runs that way.
It's a total cover, you said?
And it is now in total cover. Grab one out there, would you?
The grenade.
This one?
Yes.
Because that was a panther.
What do you guys want to do?
I can't shoot through total cover.
Just want to go down there?
I could hit a feline agility, try to catch it, but I don't know how. That's a bad idea.
Kaz says, "These things are going down really easy. You guys didn't do this already? Let's go get this thing."
I'm going
You guys
to
go for it.
focus
I'm
on
gonna
spreading the
hang back.
blood before it.
Yeah.
You guys seem to got this.
Kaz goes running down the hill after it.
I'm gonna follow my
I'm gonna
brother.
follow.
Okay.
I'm gonna follow 5 feet behind with Dankui right behind me.
I'm
All right.
gonna focus on the dead ones.
All right.
I'm gonna go with her influence on the dead ones and start moving around.
You're able to move the bodies around. You guys can run over, start moving them.
Spread some blood.
You see this trail here where there is that branch. You see that branch is blocking the trail. You see plenty of claw marks going over it. And you see even more when you look over, there are a lot of tracks going in that direction.
Can I see what type of tracks?
Give it a roll.
While we're moving around, taking blood, I'm gonna take a vial of it. It's poisonous.
Go ahead and give me a survival.
24.
24. It looks like Kenju tracks. It looks like a good amount of them are moving around in that direction.
I think we found where they live at, or at least their hunting lands.
You get a vial of it. It's not. You'll have to do a little bit more with it to make it weaponized, or unless somebody just straight up drinks it. So to weaponize it, it'll take some chemistry. So you're able to spread the blood around. Linus makes the point that he thinks he may have found where they're coming from.
We don't want to kill too many though, because then there won't be any more to
I was
later.
just thinking that.
Did she ever say how many we had to kill? We
No.
killed 3 so far. I said we killed one who ran away, and then that's it.
Does she say she wanted them or the berries? What was
The
it?
berries. But they create the berries.
Yeah.
So supplying
But
the
we
berries.
get more money for bringing her the heads, so that she sees and killed them.
Just cut the heads off the ones that she killed.
Okay.
I mean,
Put them in your bag of holding.
I'm saying if we
Yeah.
follow it back, we might actually find berries too, because I'm sure they fight with each other. There's will be blood.
That's fair.
Can I look for berries around here?
Give it a roll.
That's survival.
Yes.
Forward.
All right. Kaz will join you. Uh, 14, he finds berries.
Yay!
There's not a lot of them, but he finds probably like a small basket worth.
I want to investigate the blood I just spread to see if how fast they're, like if there's any. I don't like. She never said how long it takes to grow the
Right.
berries, so I just wanted to investigate that, like nature check or something.
Yeah, do a nature check.
It's off 20.
Soft 20. As you look at the blood beginning to seep into the ground, you're noticing that it's not pooling. Like there's not a pool of blood. As soon as the blood hits the soil, it looks like it sucks it up like a sponge. There's something in the blood that makes it extra absorbent to the ground.
Okay.
How long it'll take to grow, you don't really get a good sense of. You're really not in that area. It's not your expertise, but you feel like you feel like the ground is very accepting of the nutrients from the blood.
Okay.
With that, do you guys want to chase down the extra Kenju?
Yes.
All right. You mount over the tree, and
Sorry.
you vault over the tree without much issue, and you see that there's a decent heavy amount of tracks. Go ahead and grab your dice off of the table. A winding path takes you around until you find yourself
Team
at
effort.
a small abandoned village.
Then we're like,
I'm really jealous that we didn't get all this cool stuff.
I got it now.
that was this. We have the same dice.
Just put yourselves on the other side of that bridge.
This side?
Yep.
We landed on top.
Where the water under the bridge is, the rest of that is still water. The water looks like it's kind of picked up in its pace now, and it might be difficult to forage.
I'm trying
Really?
I'm trying to quickly do it before. I'm trying to quickly do it, alright?
Man, if we're doing that real quick, do you mind?
Yeah.
The river looks difficult to forge, and it's 15 foot across. But as you all look over, you see, just do it.
God
Loud snack break.
Yeah.
Points my favor.
We're good.
As you look across, you see that at your presence, a lot of things are beginning to hide underneath and inside of these old homes. You get the idea that you have found a nesting area for Kenju.
Do we want to go into their nesting area? Because I don't really think fighting more than 3 or 4 of these things at once is a good idea. I mean, they've been going down pretty easily so far, but
We also don't want to kill too many.
exactly. And we don't want to kill the young. Because if we kill the young, they don't grow up, they don't breathe, and eventually there's no more left.
Cash, you
Don't
see
you want
that
to see what's here?
there's a significant amount of berries growing around the sides of the abandoned homes.
Let's get some berries. That's what I'd say.
That's fair.
But they seem to be afraid of us, so that could work to our advantage. But it is their nesting ground, so they might be more
They would
aggressive.
definitely. I'm assuming. I don't know a lot about these guys, but I would assume most animals would fight to protect their young. Especially if they have eggs that haven't hatched yet. Definitely fight. So, if we're gonna do this, we gotta do it stealth.
That's what I'm here for.
I am not stealthy.
I mean, I can run away fast, but moderately so. I think this is a job for that person.
That's what I'm here for.
Adonis.
We shouldn't go alone though, because if it goes south and something goes south really bad.
Are you volunteering to go with me?
I am not stealthy.
I can go with you.
Oh, okay. Separate thing.
So, how do you plan to get across the water or the bridge?
Addie, can we use your rope to try to
Oh,
swim
yeah.
along the bridge?
How do you suppose we get it over there?
We might have got
I have a question. How far can Dankweed jump? Deer can jump pretty far.
As I have come to learn that you can jump as long as you have a running start and make in according athletics, you can jump the amount of feet that is your strength.
Deer are not strong.
Your strength, not your modifier, but the number the higher number.
Oh, okay. The actual.
If you get so if you have a 10, you can get a running start and jump 10 feet.
He's a
That seems kind of low for a cat.
seems low for you.
Yeah, that does seem
That's a
low
lot,
for
though.
things that jump.
I feel like it should be
18
I feel like
feet
it should be
freaking far.
It's a running start, and you're supposedly extremely athletic. If you should have the spell jump,
I mean, really, it's not that far. It's like an actual long jump. 23 feet. And high schoolers who are decent can jump about. Oh, the world record is not.
But again, a very different type of place you live in. What is a peak athlete to us
Right.
is less than the Greek Adonises of the past.
Okay.
So
I have an idea. What if I go see how deep the water is?
Oh yeah, we can have a water
I'm
person.
cool with that.
move yourself into the water.
All right.
Can you make ice? If you just want some ice, it's like we're gonna walk right across.
Okay.
You jump into the water, and as you do, you are hit pretty hard with the current.
Bye,
Go ahead and give me a strength saving throw.
Oh no.
What's how deep the water is? Whoosh.
That'll be a 16.
A 16. When you land, you're hit with it, but to you it feels like a heavy breeze has pushed you. You move a little bit more, about 5 feet, but you're able to maintain, as long as you're at a fair swimming speed, you're able to maintain yourself in one spot.
Okay. So then I'm going to use my shape water to change the current so I can get back to the shore.
Okay.
And how deep would you say it was?
It's probably about 15 feet deep.
Why don't you shape water into a bridge?
Or
You think I'm kidding?
You can do that.
All right. I was just saying I'll do that.
Okay.
Well, ice?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I can freeze water.
All right. You want to shape water and make a sheet of ice that'll cover the bridge? All right. Who wants to go across first?
not it.
Running. As delicately as I can.
There is no delicate run.
Alright, fine. I'm just going
Going to
quickly.
go across on all fours, spread out,
What if
spread
we
out as
tie a
possible.
rope around
spread
you
my
in case
weight.
the current takes you?
I'm okay with that.
Or
Okay.
you can tie it off on the other side anyways,
Yeah.
just in case the bridge falls. We can just-
Yeah, that's fair.
So,
Alright. Time my rope around my waist.
Okay.
And then I will
What
not
do you-
what I said I was going to do, and I'm just going to hold on to the rope.
Okay. And Breeze will hold on the other side. Give me an acrobatics check.
You stole it.
Yeah, I was gonna hold it.
We're both holding.
Okay.
She slips and
The
falls.
glass shatters. The ice. I'm just going to make the
Were you
assumption.
looking?
I wasn't.
The ice shatters, and as it does, a jagged piece hits the rope, cutting it.
Oh,
As Addie plunges into the water.
If it makes you feel better, it was an 8 total.
Oh, it wasn't a crit fail?
Well, it was a crit fail. but
Okay,
8
then yeah, you
total.
plunge into the water. Give me a strength saving throw.
Put my dice back for good luck. I fucking need it.
Adele, you get the idea that could work
some people just stomp
if
around.
Addie didn't step right onto it and then fall face first after. What did you roll?
Another crit fail.
You are hit hard by the current. You are hit hard by the current, and you are dragged 20 feet.
I got
20 feet.
20 feet towards Ransford.
Which one's you?
that one's me.
Okay, so I'm back on the bridge.
Yep.
Can I change the current to make it so that she goes towards the other shore?
What's the distance on that spell?
30 feet? I'm on the bridge, so and she only moved 20 feet.
Are you on the bridge?
I'm not in
Okay.
the water anymore.
The bridge is going to be 10 feet above, and if she's 20 feet away,
Yeah.
And she is underwater, so we'll put her 40 feet total distance.
How much rope do we have left?
Everyone has like 50 feet, so you are not going to be able to get to her unless you yourself jump in the water.
I'm going to, are you going to jump in the water and try to help her?
Water
Should I-
piss both of them.
Or should I use my, should I sprint after her and throw my rope in the water?
You should probably try.
I'm going to use my feline agility, and I'm going to bolt over, and I'm going to toss my rope into the water.
All right.
Check what I can do that.
Go ahead and roll in athletics. Adela, give me a strength saving throw as you drop into the water.
That's a 5. It's a 4.
14.
14, you land in the water and you are pushed to 5 feet, but you are able to maintain yourself in this current, and you are able to swim fast enough that you extend your hand and the current wraps around you and Addie, keeping you both at a still pace as the current is cutting around you. Breeze, you run to where you see Addie is last submerged. You take a good guesstimate of where he's at. You grab your rope and you throw it without really thinking, you throw the entire spool of rope into the water.
At least I have rope now.
No, it just and it's gone. All right, the two of you can get out of the water if you want.
Yes.
Yes.
Other side. Yeah.
All right, go ahead and move both of you to the other side.
This one.
Yeah.
So we're on the other side.
All right, do you want to do the ice bridge again?
We're back on the bridge. The ice bridge.
It worked well for me, guys.
Yeah. I'm going to go. Don't screw this one up.
Kaz is gonna walk up to Kaz and put his hand on your shoulder and go, "You can do this? You can do this?
Can do this?
You can do this!" And he kind of like puts his hand on your shoulder and walks you up to the front of it and pats you on both shoulders and goes, "You got this." Take a bardic inspiration.
Is she going next?
Looks like it.
Cass, can you throw me some rope so that if you go, I can catch you?
I
Yeah.
don't know. The rope didn't work last time. You immediately.
Try
got it.
throwing.
There's someone on this side now.
Try throwing rope.
Alright.
Okay, roll a d20.
Can I hold the other end of the rope?
She's already thrown it.
Do I add anything?
No, just roll the d20.
8.
You throw the whole rope. You throw the entire spindle.
I mean, it's still on the bridge, so.
Yeah, I mean, it flies across and lands on the other side.
Alright.
But there's no, just the entire thing of rope. She doesn't have the other side.
Why are we so dumb?
It's it. That's what I throw rope, man.
So I throw all of my rope.
At least you get yours back.
So we'll say that you're able to get the other end of the rope over to her.
Mhm.
Go ahead and roll your acrobatics.
Tie it to yourself real quick, okay?
That's fine. Roll a d6 with it.
Hey, you got 20 and a 6.
Wow.
So mark down the net 20.
Mark it down for nat 20, please.
Yeah.
Fucking walk around.
With the inspiring words of your brother, you just take a bit of a running start and you just slide right across.
So why don't you slide?
Kaz is gonna look back at you, and he's gonna go. He is going to run up, as he's seen her do, and he is going to drop on his knees and just slide straight across. That is 22. He's going to slide, and when he gets the other end, he's going to just turn with his arms open, looking at you.
I'm going
Can
to
you just do it?
wholeheartedly applause. Like that was actually awesome. Happy for
Are you sure it's not a pause?
Negative inspiration.
Man, I just got out of the negative inspiration hole.
All right,
Yeah, I'm
acrobatics.
I'm walking over. I guess I will walk over.
It's acrobatics regardless.
This is how I lose inspiration all the
Alright, I'm gonna
time.
walk.
Mm-hmm.
Worth it. Worth it.
It would have made Maz
10.
laugh.
12.
12.
Yes.
You start to walk across, but it's a bit slippier than you think, and just as a reaction, your claws pop out, and you dig it into the ice, and you hear a crick. But you very carefully shuffle your way across. What?
Good death stare from me.
Can you
Told you
fix
not to
it
ruin
before
that.
I come across? Because the cat guy broke it.
Can I fix it?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
you can
because
fix
shape
it.
waters are cantrips. So.
Yeah, you got no problem doing it.
I'm gonna send Aaron and Dankweed across first. I'm gonna tie a rope to Aaron now.
Okay.
I don't care if Dankweed dies. He knows that. We've come to terms.
Dankweed's gotta go.
No, already he's dead.
Dankweed just died right on the bridge.
Right.
Dankweed is going
Anxiety
to walk across very safely.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I don't know if you want me to roll or
I got it.
Alright. And then I'll go ahead and cross after him.
Yep, give it a roll.
Natural 20.
Hey.
4. Yeah, it's a lot. It's like 20 something. Oh, or 25.
All right, you get a. How do you want to cross this?
I just stepped once and just slide across. I won't let it.
Snap, and then like somebody clicks your JPEG and just slides it across.
Someone just played the Tasha's line, you slide to the left, just cross, yeah.
So far, we've all crit failed except for you two, and we've all nat 20 except for you two.
Yeah.
So you're neither crit or 20. Like, it's.
Yeah.
Is there anybody left on the other side of the bridge?
No?
No, we're all across now.
All right, you're all across.
Yay, we did it. We did it. We did it. Yay.
Now that you're on the other side,
No.
you look around and you see that things are pretty still now. Whatever was there is either fled or is now in hiding. But there's quite a bit of berries around the homes to be picked.
Stealth check or whatever.
Breach roll
I'm
and
gonna
stealth.
stealthily
Addie?
walk over to the bushes.
Stuff like everything else.
Let me get
Well,
on his
really
steal
close.
I'm going to turn and melt the ice
8.
so that, nothing else can come across.
As we discovered, you don't have the control over melting the ice, which is why Addie's hood fell into the
That's
ocean.
right, yeah.
22 for stocks.
All right, Breeze, you begin to walk forward.
Oh, yeah, it unfreezes in one lot.
As you do, you find every dry leaf, every branch, and just cracks, crunch, and Addie just slides on ice. Go ahead and move yourself to where you want to go. Where you want to go. You'll make it all the way to where you want to be. You're just not super stealthy about it. Addie, go ahead and move yourself where you want to be.
Where are the bushes?
The bushes are around all of the structures.
So I'm just gonna walk through this one.
I'm gonna go to this one because I don't want to be near Noisy Boy.
Okay.
I know what I'm going to do, though.
Okay.
So I can get rid of that bridge. I am just going to start making shapes with the water and also change the current at the same time because that will null out the bridge. Because I can only have 2 effects going at once.
Sure, whatever, man.
Yep.
So,
Are you following us?
so maneuvering the water around, you're able
It's also
to.
our escape route.
You're also able to
Do it
get the
again.
water up and melt the
What if you
bridge.
get hit?
It cracks and drops in and is washed away by the current. All right.
Not have anything fall.
Does anybody else want to move? Linus,
Stealth,
Breeze, and
I
Addie.
stealthed up.
What is your stealth check?
It was 25.
Excellent.
You did better than me.
I rolled a natural 19.
I rolled a 10. And I said 22.
It's
All right, Addie.
stealthy.
That was a
You walk up to this fair size of a hut. You're looking at it. You kind of look around a little more. You see that this is a bit bigger, so you get the idea that this was a hut of someone more important,
Okay.
or of a community kind of thing. Around it, you see that there are plenty of bushes with the small red berries that you have come to identify as the kenju berries.
Alright.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
14.
You do hear what is that light, tapered breathing. You do know that you can actually tell that underneath of this hut, something has dug down, and there is something underneath. And it is more in this area right here, obscured by these bushes, and you do hear something's moving around on the inside.
Okay.
Breeze?
perception.
You do see a good amount of berries, but go ahead and roll a perception check. And Linus, are you doing anything now that you're in the kind of the middle?
I'm just watching to see if anything comes out. I get my bow ready.
Okay, you're ready in action to attack.
Yes.
4. You find berries, and it looks pretty good. So do you start picking berries?
You said it's like the berries are like right where this thing is from underneath? Or is it like a separate part?
The berries are growing around the bushes that have overgrown into these houses.
Okay.
So the area that you think that something is dug underneath is right here,
Mhm.
and it's just dug underneath. There are berries around it, but you know that you can avoid it.
Okay. I'm gonna try to avoid it for now, and I'm gonna try to signal somebody.
Okay. All right. Does anybody want to go join?
No.
Sure.
I look back at the grass.
I'm just gonna start picking some berries and put them in the bag of holding.
Adela, do you want to stealth over? Do
I'll go over.
you want to stealth over or do you just want to walk?
Stealth over, I suppose. I will not stealth over.
What is that?
A 1?
Yeah. I thought.
There it is.
There we go.
Yeah.
Now you just need a 20. You'll be with everyone else.
Yeah.
As Adela walks over. As Adela walks over the light rain that has been coming down on and off, she's, for some reason, stepping in the puddles. It looks like she might not even be meaning to do it, but is somehow naturally attracted to these puddles. So the splash, step, step, splash, step, step, and walks right next to you.
I was half expecting to be like, shh, do it stealthily, and then her be like, what stealth?
Is that a house cat? At roughly the same time as Breeze is picking these berries, having alerted what was inside of the house, Breeze, you hear the loud hiss, and as you're grabbing the berries, something from underneath snaps its jaws, but you're going to pull your hands back, and you see two of the Kenju beginning to climb out from underneath, put one by the stairs, and put one 10 feet to the right, and Adela's loud tromping through water is bringing 3 out of the home you're in.
Can I do stuff now?
So here's 3, 4, 5.
Get over here.
And we are going to roll for initiative.
Is that
I had a
3?
ready action.
No.
Go ahead and take your shot with your bow.
Since they have it going, I have advantage on it
Okay.
on the very first turn. So I'm going to do the one closest to me.
Okay.
If I have advantage. 18.
That'll hit.
Plus 11 damage.
All right, go ahead and remove number 1.
So,
Top of the order is going to be Linus. You were able to quickly make a shot off, killing one of the lizards. Go ahead and take your next turn.
Alright, I'm going to shoot the other one that's over there.
Okay, number 2.
13 plus 4, 17.
17 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
That's good. 7 damage.
7 damage on number 2.
is number 2 dead?
No.
Okay. Just checking.
Get close.
That is going to go to lizard number 3, who is going to break through the old rotting home and is going to go for the closest. Well, it looks like number 4's got you covered, so he's going to go after Adela. He'll make his attack. That is going to be well over 20. Hims is going to bite. That is going to be not too much is the good news. That is going to be 3 points of damage.
Hey.
See, that would have killed you right there. 3 points of
So go ahead and move number 3 up to Adela. And that is going to go to number 2,
Number 2.
I'm not doing much better over here, so.
who is going to run over to attack Breeze.
Here you go.
That is going to be a 18.
Yeah, it's.
5 points of damage.
I'm dead. I'm down.
All right, you drop. And that is going to go to Adela.
Okay. Me and my take my trident two-handed.
All right, make an attack.
14.
14 will hit.
Alright. You said you get a strength of 6.
6. That's on number 3.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You are able to jam it down into its leathery hide. When you rip it out, it hisses back in pain, but still remains. Anything else on your turn?
Nope.
That is going to go to number 4, who is going to take a bite at Addie. That is going to be 16.
Okay.
6 points of damage.
And you did one. Cool. You fantastic, man.
And that is going to go to Kaz, who is going to use Vicious Mockery On number 2. Save will fail. I believe that's a D4, and it has disadvantage on its next attack. All right. He extends his hand and he whispers a few words in Infernal, and you see the giant lizard just shake its head. A little bit of blood flies out of the sides of its mouth. And that is going to go to Cass.
Okay. Since number I think I can get to the that one's hard right now. I'm going to attack with my longsword with 2 hands.
All right.
It's going to be a 21.
Number 2?
Yeah.
That'll hit. Roll damage.
That is 10 damage.
You walk over and you just take a clean swack at its neck, ripping its head clear off. Number 2 is gone.
Save.
Now it's going to go down to Addie.
Really wish we were level 2 so I could disengage.
It would help.
It would. There's no way I can move without this thing attacking me again, right?
If you take your action to disengage, you can't.
Oh, really?
Really? Disengage is an action.
I'm going to do that
Okay,
and move my ass. Alright, is that cool?
that's fine.
Alright. How far can I go is the question.
You have your movement action now.
Don't come towards me.
That's exactly what I do.
I don't like to be up close with stuff.
Or wait, let me move just
What was-
this way so that I'm not in the range of your gun.
Yeah, you don't want me to read that.
Gun's reloaded by now, right?
It is. I just gotta get it from Aaron. Dankweed's initiative was 12.
Right, I did put him in. He'll. We'll have him go now.
He doesn't much. he's basically a mount.
Oh.
In comic relief.
What do you want him to do?
He's gonna come up because I'm assuming Aaron's the same.
Addie, was there anything else you wanted to finish your turn
I
on?
was gonna ask, is it a bonus action to like slather ointment on myself?
No, that's a use action.
Okay,
Yeah.
just checking. Well, I'm ready.
So he's gonna drop Aaron off.
Okay.
Here. So that was, and then tongue whip this one.
Okay.
That's horrific.
He doesn't get proficiency because it's technically a magic attack, right?
He's proficient with it. He's proficient with his tongue.
Doesn't help. 6 plus, so 10 total.
10. He whips out the tongue, and it does wrap around part of the head, but as he pulls back, it just falls off. And he'll.
Are they gross? They're gross. I'm sure they're gross.
You just kind of.
And I grab my gun from here.
Okay. Aaron is going to move. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Is going to move in front of Dankweed right here.
Okay.
She is going to reach into her pack and she's going to pull out a hand axe. And she's gonna and she's going to throw the hand axe at the at the big lizard.
I hope she one-shots it. That'd be amazing.
All right, attack. Shit. All right, it's a lot.
I was hoping she crits it. That way we tell Isaiah that she's better.
And it's going to go into number 4. Go and replace her with this number 4, please.
Alright.
So number 4. She takes the axe and she throws it. And it goes whoo, whoo, whoosh, and it sticks right into the giant lizard for 4 points of damage.
You taught her well.
Oh, that wasn't me. That was Sam.
And
Somebody else.
and she goes, "Come on!"
Yeah. Good job.
And that is going to finish her turn. And that is going to go to lizard number 5, who is going to run after. She's not going to run at Aaron. Go ahead and move number 5 at Aaron. Make an attack. That will hit.
Would she get a attack of opportunity? for running by it?
It just runs up to her.
Her getting attacked
Me.
or if you're running past it.
Running by through here.
Would go
Because he was right here.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Ah, gotcha.
Oh, actually, he couldn't make it anyways. So 30 is where his distance ends. So he does make the attack. He will dash to meet her, though.
Be up in their face.
And that is going to go to Wizard.
I like that Kaz is like, you got this, guys.
He's so brave.
Yeah.
So great. He shouted in one. I mean,
Eddie's just as
He
brave.
mocked one. Yeah, he gave it disadvantage.
I mean, you got the brave, the cowardly, and the dead, so I think I'm doing the worst.
all right. And that is going to go back up to the top of round to
Close.
Linus.
I shoot the one in front of me, right?
It's pretty low to the ground, and you have to shoot over Aaron.
If it doesn't have total cover, I can shoot it.
It's pretty total cover.
Okay.
They're fairly
Then I'll
low to
move
the
until
ground.
I get there.
Ah.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
You would definitely move to get 12, 15, 21.
21 will hit.
8 for 12 damage.
A loud crack of thunder again. And that boy no longer exists. His head and his torso explode into blood and gore, and Aaron calls out, "Why?"
You're not supposed to get in their faces. You know better than this. I told you.
Don't?
Don't.
Anything else on your turn?
No, that's all I can do. I drop my gun and get the hell out, though.
All right. With that, you all hear a loud splashing noise. And as you look over, you see something crawling out of the water. You see, go ahead and drop that right at the shoreline,
Right here?
a giant, the size of a small school bus,
Take the short one.
Kenju, crawling out of the water at about 25 feet long. On its legs, it's probably about 6 feet high. Its mouth is big enough to open and swallow you whole. It is going to pull itself out of the water, and it is going to open its mouth and make an attack. Cass, give me a strength saving throw as it opens its mouth and its tongue whips forward.
A Kaz or Cass?
Why is this always the tongue whip? What is with the tongues?
Not bad, not bad.
15.
15, the tongue sticks to you as it just kind of comes forward and lays flat against your body. You're able to just pry your sword and shield, and just push it off of you, and it drags you about 5 feet towards it, and it locks back into its mouth. And it lets out a and it shakes the ground around it a little bit. That is going to drop down to lizard number 3, who's going to make an attack on Adela. That's going to be 12. 3 points of damage.
Now down.
All right.
Down. Oh, no.
And that is going to go to Adela. Life or death saving throw.
What could have happened without our healer?
Hey, that'll be a success.
All right. That is going to go to Dankweed.
This is where we live now, guys. It's fine.
Wait,
Dankweed.
Dankweed's about to go twice.
Oh, you were. That's what that was. Yeah.
For that saving.
Go ahead. Yeah, just go ahead and throw. Go ahead and throw a death saving throw. You were the natural one. I seen a 1 and a 3, and I was like, I already got lizard number 3 in there. I was like, it was a P the whole time.
Yeah, good. Thankfully.
Okay, I'm gonna
Yes, anything over
switch this one so I'm not confused.
Yeah, that's fine.
There you go.
That is going to go to Dankweed.
Dankweed, it's gonna go
They're gonna make it a hit. It's
Here?
Right.
and
Okay.
attack
Come on now.
with the
Alright.
swoops. 15.
15 will hit.
He does 8 damage.
Jesus. Oh, crap. That's a lot. All right, number 3. Describe how Dankweed kills this thing.
He basically just lands over and over and over.
It just starts split,
Kind of like one of those little dogs when they get too happy with something.
Just up and down until you eventually hear the cracking of his skull. The lizard tries to run, but it can't get anywhere. That is going to go to Aaron, who is going to look over at Adela, who's down, and is going to, she's going to extend her hand, and her eyes are going to glow. And she's going to say, "Come on!" And you are going to heal for 4 points.
Alright. She almost sounds like an NPC in like any video game.
Yeah.
She's very generic. I like her.
And
Yeah, I've grown attached.
she is going to move up by Linus.
Yeah?
Yep.
Cool.
That is going to go to lizard number 4, who is going to move to attack Dangle. That is going to be a 9.
No, this.
Runs up and clamps down, but he slips on the blood of his brother. And that is going to go to Kaz, who is going to be like, "Holy shit!" He is going to get on the other, where the bridge connects. You see where, right there. And he is going to take cover.
That's smart.
That's alright.
And he is going to, from cover, cast a spell. Going to yell out to Breeze. He's going to be like, "Get off, you stupid fucking cat!" And you are going to heal for 6 points. And he is going to get prone and be full cover behind the side of this bridge. And that's going to go to Cass. Oh, bonus action, he's going to yell at Cass. Fucking yeah! He's going to hide. That is going to be another part of inspiration to you.
Okay. Definitely have my shield out now. And I'm just gonna run at it. Just go ahead and attack with my longsword.
Here you go.
Man, doing what cats do.
Yes. Okay, that is a 13.
13 will miss. Unless you want to add that d6.
Oh yeah.
It'll hit.
19. How does it feel to be the part of this group?
Nice. I like doing damage. I'm gonna do great weapons reroll.
Okay. Don't you get that at level 2?
No, I got that at level 1.
Okay.
Yeah. That's 7 damage.
7 damage.
That's all when you choose your fighting style.
Gotcha. All right. That is going to go to Addie.
Oh, thank God. Stealth.
All right. You have to move behind something.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Okay. Go ahead, roll.
Alright. Don't fail me now, bitch. Alright, we're in the bucket. Alright. 24.
You're in stealth. Anything else?
I want
Movement,
to
action.
collect berries.
Fucking just throw them in your pockets. All right. That is going to go to.
Don't worry, we came here to do, and I'm leaving.
Who's dead? That is going to go to Breeze. You are on your feet.
Alright, I'm gonna. Can Cass move if I tell her to?
On her turn, she can.
Alright, I'm gonna pull out the fan. I'm gonna ready it. I'm gonna say, "Cass, move." When she moves, I'm gonna use the fan. So when she moves on her next turn, I'm gonna blow that thing away.
Okay. That is going to go back to Linus.
I'm gonna kick the gun over to Aaron and say load.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna bonus action Hunter's Mark, the big stupid thing.
Okay.
And then shoot it with my bow.
All right.
Try and aim for the eyes. I can't read. 15, 19.
19 will hit.
I do 12 damage plus 12, 16 damage.
All right. That arrow sticks right into a healthy portion of its face. It slides all the way in. That is going to go to the big lizard, which is going to try and take a bite at Cass. That's a 17 at base.
I have an 18. Oh, that's a base.
Yeah, at base.
There.
And
Those things are pretty good.
They are.
Yeah.
I'm just staring. I'm like, I already had one. I don't need more.
They're soft Teddy Graham bears.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll put one.
Thank you.
Never mind.
that's going to be 7 points of damage
Ouch.
as it takes a large bite out of you.
That was the sound of the bite.
You feel these jagged, tiny teeth bite into your armor, bite through the chain, and take a good rip out of your side. You're bleeding pretty bad from that.
It's so sweet.
That is going to go to Adela.
There's your cream filling in there.
Adela.
Oh, yes. Going to move behind it to get flanking if I can do that.
That's fine.
Alright.
You don't leave its attack range, so.
Yes. Alright. And then I'm going to two-handed my trident again.
Alright.
For that'd be 12.
12?
Yeah.
Okay. That will hit.
That'd be 6 damage.
Okay. You stab it in its back, and it writhes around back and forth. When you rip the trident out, you see that the back of its legs have gone limp, but it's still crawling forward and trying to snap at Dankweed. Anything else your turn? Dankweed.
He is going to do the same thing that he did to the last one to this one. Hope that it's on top of the other one. So it's twice that. Natural 20.
And Dankweed just rears back further and further till it's straight up on it, just straight standing up, and it just brings it hooves down. It just crushes through the one, it bursts through the other. They both boom split apart from the force, and just stands there is a blood-soaked Dankweed.
He's the hero.
Go ahead and put Dankweed for another one.
Nerf Dankweed, please.
Nerf
I got him.
Nerf Dankweed.
30, 35, 40, 45, 50.
Aaron is going to ignore the gun. She's going to reach her hands out on each side, and her eyes glow. And you see that a bunch of leaves and broken sticks and everything, they begin to twirl around her. And they eventually grow onto her, covering her in like an armor, and you see what looks like the shape of a bear. She's going to wild shape into a bear.
That's new. Alright.
And she is going to move 40 feet towards it and is going to make a claw attack.
Nice.
Well, yeah, that's obviously not him.
Or you could pull an Adela and do it anyway.
That is going to hit. And
Don't listen.
I can't hear
I will
that.
horrible.
it is going to take those claws and rake it across the face, and it reels back. And that was a successful attack.
I know what I'm doing.
You hear the bear, fuck!
Very intimidating out of breath.
And that is going to go down to Kaz. He's going to shout out, "You doing all right?"
No.
He's going to look up and he's going to go, "Do better. I love you. Don't die." He's going to expend his last spell slot, and you are going to heal for 4. He's going to duck back down. Addie.
How many berries do I get?
On this round, in this round, you'll clean the bush and you'll have like 4 baskets.
You skipped me.
Yeah, she's before me.
Cats. Sorry.
Took all I wanted was berries anyway.
You want to just say on your turn, you pick the rest of the berries in 4 baskets.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just attacking my longsword again. That is 23.
I'm glad that will hold off
That'll hit.
before.
I can do a great weapon roll, right? Again? Okay. That is 7.
7?
Yeah.
Okay. You take another shot at it, you scrape it across its face, and you see these wounds are starting to add up. One of the eyes has gone completely shut, and blood sizzling is starting to pour down from this thing. And that is going to go to Breeze.
I'm gonna vicious mockery. No, it'd be funny. Let's Tasha City's laughter again.
All right.
See, my hyena, we were too high of a level. My hyena never got anyone to do it. Everyone always passed.
You made the dragon do it.
I did. I made a dragon. Just
That would
Yeah.
be worth it.
That's-
Just one.
This thing is not going to have the wisdom to get out of this. Not on this roll. Certainly not. So it's going to fail.
Yes.
Giant lizard laughter. All right.
All right. So what happens?
comes
Just
incapacitated.
starts laughing hysterically to the point where it can't even move. It just kind of falls down on its
Yeah,
side,
'cause it's,
holding its belly in a familiar position you guys all know is uncontrollable laughter.
Okay.
And the laughing sound is
incapacitated, unable to stand up for the duration.
All right, Linus, it's your turn. You'll have advantage on this attack.
No, if I'm shooting it. I'd have disadvantage because he's probably. Right?
Yeah, he's technically prone.
For my sharpshooter, would I still be able to even it out? Do like straight flat?
We'll say it's incapacitated.
I don't.
All right, so so just take a standard shot.
I'm just going to do that with my bow.
Okay.
Because I don't want to get close to it. It's
Yep.
big.
At the end of each of its turns, and each time takes
16,
damage.
18.
Can make another wisdom saving throw.
Over 18.
Okay. Roll. It's gonna try to make it save. Roll a 15. You have roll your proficiency to see what your proficiency is gonna your save is gonna be.
Do I roll this d20?
Just the D4.
Roll the d4. It'll be 8 plus your charisma plus whatever you roll on the d4. How much damage you do? How much?
15.
Jinkies.
14 were my
15 is gonna beat it. You said 14 damage?
15.
15?
Sweet, at least we laughed
Alright.
for a little bit.
That's with hunters.
Excellent.
was pretty hilarious.
Anything else in your turn?
I'm actually going to move over a little bit more this way so I can see better. Just
Okay.
because-
All right. With that, it is going to stop laughing, which is it's going to stop, and it is going to try and grapple Aaron.
Does it have to get up to do that?
Yeah, it's got to stand up.
Yeah.
I fell down when I started laughing.
Yeah, stand
So,
up,
yeah,
half its
it's
movement.
Yeah, I was too. Oh. Where? It was
Don't
behind
point at
the
it.
wall.
Behind me or
Point it
behind
out.
I don't know.
It's just a little spot.
There was a shadow.
Ransford, switch with that one.
No, it's okay. I got it.
I don't know where he went.
You'll be alright. It was probably just a shadow.
Man, it's fine. Just come back. Fine?
Yep. It's dead.
Alright.
Man,
Bruce.
Thank you.
thank God for the Marines.
I don't like those things. It's so gross.
Man.
Here we go. Itchy.
So check this out. Half of its movement to stand up. It is going to try and bite and grapple onto Aaron.
Thick ones are the ones that jump.
It opens its mouth that are certainly big enough to do it, and as it closes its mouth, the giant bear that is Aaron reaches up and grabs the mouth. And after a short struggle, the mouth, boom, collapses down on Aaron.
Oh no.
And it is going to use 20 feet of movement to slide back into the water. So, Cass, going to take an attack of opportunity.
Okay, that is 21.
21, that'll hit.
Can I drop my shield and use two hands on my longsword, or
Yes.
okay? Gonna do great weapons reroll again. And that is 10 damage.
It's a lot. As it begins to slide away, you slam it down on its face, gashing a huge cut just below its eye. Poisonous blood spills out. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
It's a 5.
The blood then just falls all over you. Constitution saving throw.
Really? So, yeah, the
12.
12 will not succeed. You are going to take 4 points of poison damage as you are covered in a almost corrosive blood. All of your previous wounds are now beginning to burn it faster. The thing slides back in, and with the gravity of it, it slides 25 feet down to the bottom of this lake. And that is going to go to Adele.
Can we discuss that the lake is only 15 feet deep?
15 feet deep. Sorry, drops down 15 feet. And slide it back so it's off the shore. So if it's 15 feet, and then go ahead and move it 5 feet upstream.
you could shape water and freeze it in place.
I can't freeze creatures. Yeah.
You're gonna freeze the water around.
That's
it,
what I was
so it just
thinking,
can't
but-
move.
Or at least like
Yeah.
block a path.
It's not strong enough to do that.
No, it's not.
No.
That's why it's only a cantrip.
All right, Adele, what do you want to do?
Can't do any kind of damage with it.
With shape water, though, you can change the current. You can send them back our way, maybe.
It's not strong enough to do that. It's reasonably not really strong enough to do that to protect the two of you, but thematically I feel like it works out. But something of this magnitude, no.
Yeah.
No.
Oh boy.
You doing okay with it?
No, I'm just playing out how I'm gonna die.
You did call it though.
Are we able to see where this thing is in the water?
The water's too dark and murky.
Okay. Then I'm going to shape the water so that it is clear enough for us to see it.
Okay. You begin
That's
to.
about all I can do at this point.
How much water can you clean at one point?
It doesn't say. It just says that you change the water's color or opacity. The water must be changed the same way throughout.
You're able to clean a little bit of the water, but due to the heavy current, that clean water is quickly removed away. You're unable to see.
All of it is clean.
Yes, that throughout.
Yeah, throughout. So all of it is.
There is a brief moment when you see it, but the quick, rapid current washes all of the clean water away. This current is enough to move a person who weighs 200 plus pounds. The clean water is there and gone.
So we got a glimpse of where it is.
You got a glimpse of where it is, but it is gone. That is going to go to Dankweed.
Also, is he swimming upstream since the current took us that way
Correct.
before? Okay.
Dankweed is gonna run, jump, and then dive in after it.
All right, have Dankweed give me a strength saving throw.
13.
13. Dankweed is able to dive in and fight against the current. It is able to swim down 15 feet. How much movement did it have?
That has a total of 50, so we started here.
Mhm.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30 at the edge, and then however far you can get in after that. So he has 20 feet of movement
Okay.
at the edge.
He can make an attack with disadvantage.
Disadvantage to do that. So yeah, I couldn't see it anyways. Natural one.
Okay. He goes to make the attack, and it is going to use that opportunity of the fail, and it is going to slam its head against Dankweed. That is going to be 11?
Nope.
Okay. Aaron is not going to contest it.
Did you crit fail?
8.
Oh.
And even with the bear strength.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And that is going to go to Kaz, who is going to look over and look around and go, did we win?
No.
Oh. He just kind of ducks back down. Kaz?
I'm gonna try to shoot it with my crossbow, I guess.
Give it an attack with disadvantage.
Did you roll the same thing?
But lower.
It's a 8.
8. Yes.
Yeah.
Addie.
I don't know any of that's going on. So I collected the berries, right?
Correct.
I'm going to try to look in this house.
Okay.
Just because we were told that the shipment might be, you know. So I'm going to try to investigate it without trying to attract any more monsters.
Okay. Just give me an investigation. We'll hold the stealth.
Okay. That'll be 9.
9. When you look inside, you see that the place has been pretty torn up. You see that it looks like there's an empty nest on the inside.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, I'm going to leave the building alone.
Freeze.
I have a feeling that he's going to try to do something, so I'm going to cast Bardic Inspiration on him.
Okay. Bonus action.
And
That is a bonus action.
oh, that is a bonus action. Okay, then I will.
You could move,
I can
cast a
move.
spell.
I can cast a spell. I can spell. No, I can spell cast. I can cast a cantrip. I'm going to cast True Strike, and I'm going to move to the water. And I'm going to throw my dagger in the water. See, and in the direction.
True
where-
Strike is an action.
True Strike is an action.
On your
Yes.
next turn, you'll be able to do it.
Okay, and I'll cast True Strike, and I'm ready my dagger. Next turn, I will throw it in the water.
Okay.
To try to hit the thing down.
Linus,
What gives you advantage?
give me
against the
a
disadvantage?
madness check.
That is 13.
13? Having seen Erin run up, she's done something now. It's been very impressive to turn into a bear, but this large thing has just clapped her in its jaws and it slid into the water. Something in you, very deep and maternal, snaps. But you're still in control. Your mind is racing a million miles an hour, but you're still in control. What do you do?
Move 15. Should it be lined up this way?
Yeah, just do it.
30. And I'm going to try to shoot it.
All right, that will be disadvantage.
Give him extra Bardic Inspiration.
Plus, with your hunter's mark, you have advantage on finding it.
But I don't know exactly where it's at. Or if I try to look for it before I shoot it.
So would it
It would
not
be
be
like an
disadvantage if it's advantage on finding it?
It'd be advantage on finding it. Doesn't tell you exactly
There's
where.
perception and survival.
Right.
checks to find it.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah.
for the Bardic Inspiration, it's just rolled once, right?
Yes, just roll it once.
You said disadvantage, correct?
Correct.
Alright, so this would be this one. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 16.
16 will hit.
Right.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. It has partial cover.
I ignored partial cover.
Yeah, with the sharpshooter.
All right, give it a roll.
I got you.
Shit. 9 damage.
All right. The arrow sinks in, and you see blood begin to pour out. With its turn, it is going to begin to swim away.
How far does it
Go ahead and have Dankweed make his attack.
go? With disadvantage still.
Could you blow it out of the water? No,
It
no.
would have been an natural
Hang
one.
on.
Oh, I could try.
11.
With your strike, you have advantage against this.
What?
11.
That's what?
16.
16.
I could try.
All right.
So if you 7 damage. Just madly flowing poops.
It is able to swim farther than Dankweed can see in the water. Have Dankweed give me a strength saving throw. This should have been at the beginning.
Oh, sorry. 11.
It's my fault.
Yeah.
We'll say at the end he is then washed back 20 feet.
This week, right?
Yep.
20. And you said this is moving?
Yep. You don't know how far or where it moves.
Okay.
Though you can see a little bit of the water part as it's going upstream. And that is going to go down to no.
Okay.
far as I can go. I figured that out. Do what I can to just keep kind of clearing up the opacity of the water so we can try and keep track of it at least.
When you clear the water for that brief moment, you don't see it. Anything else? That is going to go to Bigweed.
I know where it is. It's not much I can really do.
Have him start his turn with a strength saving throw.
17.
He's good. He can do as he wants.
He is going to try to swim up and fight.
He will be swimming at half speed.
Half speed, so 25 feet. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
There you go.
He's going to attack where he thinks it's at.
He swings for nothing.
For nothing. Right.
Yep. That's going to go to Kaz, who is going to look around and say, "We done? What's going on?"
The thing ate the little girl. And then swam away.
Well, that's bad.
Yes.
And he walks over to you guys. What are we going to do?
Don't know.
The other packs.
Okay. He's just going to just look at you guys curiously, and he's going to start moving upriver.
How far?
Give him 50.
Total or like?
Total.
Okay. So he's like off the map.
So he starts running upriver. Eddie.
It's me.
You keep skipping her.
Kaz. Because it's Kazkas, I keep looking at that one and seeing Kaz. Fuck. I gotta put stars next to this shit.
Yeah.
Alright, sorry,
Like,
Kaz.
emphasize the S or
Swear,
something.
just put a C or something. Alright, Cass.
I'm just gonna run after my brother.
Okay. So the two of you will be running upriver. Addie?
I still don't know this is going on.
You probably heard the exchange. Might have. Wait.
I'm gonna try to spread the blood around.
Okay.
The dead bodies we already murdered.
Alright. That's fine. Breeze?
I'm doing the
I'm gonna
job.
draw the fan and I'm trying to blow enough water out so we can see the thing. Maybe if the fan's strong enough, I can blow all the water out in that area. So I can walk down and fuck them up.
Okay.
Make them a fish out of one.
Fair enough. That's-
So I'm
How much negative inspiration are you trying to do?
No, see, I had -1 and then I gained 1, so I was at 0, and then I got negative.
you're a negative, you're a negative.
Where do you want to do that from?
From wherever I'm standing.
Okay. What direction do you aim this in?
I aim this directly in front of me, where, since I know it's been swimming, where I logically would think it would be at.
Alright. Point. You got it right there.
Do
Up the top.
20 and the 100.
Right there. And the 10. It was right next to it. There you go. It's 40. 40? Okay. You push the fan down and the water goes and splits apart. And for a moment, you can see there are large footprints pressed into the mud. They look like giant lizard tracks. But the water quickly slides back in, and there's nothing there.
Can I see where the footprints were going?
The footprints were all around. It looks like this thing resides here in the water.
Oh.
Damn.
Anything else?
Can I do that again? Or
No.
is that
That's an action.
is that
Movement.
hard?
You still got movement.
Alright, I'm gonna move. No, I'm not gonna move. I'm gonna get my last bardic inspiration on these.
You can still move.
Okay.
I'm gonna move further down the river here. I'm gonna get my last bardic inspiration on these.
Linus.
Save your child.
I'm going to move up some to here and
Okay.
see if I can see where it went.
All right. It'll be your action to perceive it.
And he has an advantage on
You
it?
have advantage on it.
That's fine. 12, 16, 19.
19.
Or, I was counting myself. Sorry. But yeah, 19.
Okay. This will require your movement. You can see where the water and some of the muck on top of it is beginning to part.
Right.
As you move forward, you can see that it's going to like a large, dense part of the jungle, but you can see where it's moving to. You have a good idea of where it's going.
Right.
You're coming to that bend. You just want to run right around it.
I am gonna ready my bow.
I got an idea. Roll me a madness. As Erin was taken, and you have lost sight of where she's at.
5.
No, and she's
13.
you just sprint. There's nothing to ready. You just headlong
Makes sense.
sprint. That is going to go to this thing. You are still in a mad dash.
Yep.
You hit that tunnel and you sprint through.
Sounds about right.
And when you get through to the other end, you see there is a plaza here in the middle. At the other end of the plaza, you see what looks like ruins.
Okay.
And you see crawling out, go ahead and take it. And it is going to open its mouth, and out is going to drop a still Erin.
She's not moving.
And it is going to turn, and it is going to fire its tongue at you. Give me a strength saving throw.
Fire its tongue that far.
Yeah.
Yes. It'll move.
12.
12, you have Bardic Inspiration.
15.
15?
Yep.
All right, that will be enough that it is unable to grapple you. Go ahead and move into the bridge. Yeah, that's perfect right there. All right. Linus. Romaine Madness.
Way less.
You run up, you pull out that short sword.
Yep.
And you go for it.
It's
Give,
too far away from me to attack.
you get it. Give me an attack roll.
24, 23.
All right. You run forward with your short sword. You take a running leap, and with the short sword down, you make your attack. Go ahead and roll damage. How's it die? 6 points of health.
I jump into its mouth and just carve the top of its head open.
As you jump, it opens its mouth for a free meal, and as it slams its mouth down, you just hold your sword up, and it just impales its head. It struggles around for a minute. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
6.
6. All right. That is going to be in the form of 7 points of poison damage, as you are drenched in its blood. With that, it goes still. You drag yourself out of this thing, and you see Erin laying on the stairs.
I'm obviously going to run to her.
Okay.
See if she's still alive.
All right. You run over to her. What do you do?
I'm going to see if she's breathing.
Okay. You run over and you drop to your knees where you see Erin, and when you reach to grab her, she turns around with the axe. Goes, fuck! And just holds the axe there. Just
Close enough. Close enough.
fuck.
Close enough. We're going to talk about this later.
Puts
right
the-
now we're fine.
Drops the axe and just grabs onto you.
I obviously hug her back.
Okay.
Oh.
We'll talk about this later.
Everyone else arrives at the end, and you see this massive courtyard. Around, you see what looks like old, rotted, wooden. They almost look like shields being pressed up against rotting supports. You see that there are horrible scratches. Looks like something is carved deep into these things, and they line this courtyard all the way back to a large, destroyed town. Crack of thunder and rain pours down.
I'm gonna say, hey guys, we've done our mission. We've killed the things and spread the blood and picked some berries. Let's go back before we die. All in favor?
Adela, Cass?
We even saved Erin. Let's not push her luck.
Can I do an Arcana check?
Sure. Make it a religion. Religion or history, whichever you care for.
That is 15.
You walk up to where Erin and Linus are. And as you walk up, you see in the middle of this, what kind of looks like a fountain, you notice there's a symbol of two waves crashing together. And you look up and you realize this was a former temple to Umberly. And you remember a very specific story about the wreck of the SS Nestling. You have found the ancient destroyed temple of Umberly.
Yeah, let's go.
Going? Leaving? Let's go.
Because do you remember the shipwreck that was like
The
cursed?
skeletons?
Yeah.
Yeah, the monster.
This relates to that story. This is the temple of Umberly.
Yeah, I don't want to mess with Umberly anymore.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Linus, you're sitting, you're thinking about what has just transpired, and you remember the last group of people you were with, and in the 2 years, it's just been you and Aaron, and nothing like this has ever happened to the two of you.
I'd like all of you.
You come to a decision that it might be better for you and her to start making your way to the Jade Reef and leave them to their work.
That's fair. I agree.
You had something you wanted to do earlier.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if.
Yeah.
Well, I was just gonna see if she could speak Druidic too.
All right, what do you say to her in Druidic?
Hi.
She looks back to you and says, "Hi."
Oh, so you can speak more than just 4 words.
It's the only 4 words I know. Might not be okay.
With some rest, yes.
Okay. Do you know where we're going?
I think he said something about the Jade Reef.
What's at the Jade Reef?
I'm not sure.
She goes,
She
"Don't?"
I mean, look, she'd like to know what's the Jade Reef that you're going there for.
If there's a druid there that will be able to teach her more and to watch after her, to take care of her.
You're going to meet a druid who can teach you more.
She goes, "Don't."
You can't be with me. You'll end up. This will happen again.
Fine.
I'm fine. You're a child.
Come on.
You gotta learn more words.
Why?
Oh, this is perfect. Fine, we can talk about this later on the way there.
Don't. Tell him no. I don't want to go.
She doesn't want to go.
This is Sam's fault. We're going back to Sam. Sam will fix this.
This is Sam Fixin.
And she pulls out an axe, and when she looks at it, you see engraved in the hand axe, Sam. No, he won't.
She says he won't.
Well, obviously, he's passed out doing nothing for the last 3 years.
Don't want to go to the druid. I want to stay with him.
She wants to stay with you. She doesn't want you to be a druid.
That's fine. We can do that. Yes.
She said, you can do that.
She looks at you with this big smile and goes, "Fine?"
Fine.
And she gives you a big hug, and she cries.
I said, we gotta get you somebody to teach you to talk. So obviously, I've not been good. It's been 2 years. I taught you 4 words.
You hear a muffled,
No, just do it in public. Ruining the moment.
If I can make a suggestion,
What?
why don't you guys both go to Georgia and just stay together? I want you to learn and be with you.
I have
What is he
stuff
saying?
to look for.
He wants both of you to go to druid and learn more.
Tell him to go away. Tell him I'll turn into a bear and I'll eat him. Tell him to go away. She looks at you and goes, "Don't."
She's gonna turn you. She's gonna turn into a bear and eat you.
She doesn't like that.
I give her a pound of turkey.
She has no idea what to do with it. She takes and she throws it into the woods and just mean mugs you.
I pick it up and I eat it so she knows it's food, and I give her a pound of turkey.
She takes it, puts it on the ground, and takes the axe and slams it into it.
I don't think she likes you. I don't know what you did. It's alright.
I was trying to be nice.
She's going to look to you and she's going to say, "Thank you." And she is going to heal you for 5.
Alright. How's my Kenji Berry card going?
You got a bunch, a whole lot.
I did the mission.
So with that,
Yeah.
everyone heads back. Linus and Aaron, they will stay to make a camp.
While we're walking back, can I ask Cass for a recap? What happened?
Sure. And as you guys get back, the rain has fallen very, very heavy. You arrive and you see that Addie has taken shelter in one of the better constructed broken homes. The rain now is almost too dense to see through. And as you join him in, Addie asks for a recap.
Yeah, what happened to you guys? You were here, I was doing the mission, and then
Did you miss the giant Kenju that ate Baron?
I suppose I did. I think I heard something about it, but
A voice cuts you off, a very soft feminine voice. I think you have bigger issues than a giant lizard. And as you turn around, you see that the heavy rain has fallen and broken against the silhouette of a feminine figure. She says, Adela, it's been a while. And I don't mean to be rude, allow me to introduce myself. I am Valerie. It is a pleasure to meet you. And that's where we'll end.
Down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside, gonna lay down my sword and shield. Down by the riverside, study war no more.
Thanks for listening to today's episode. If you'd like to hear more of this adventure, stay tuned to our Twitter @QuipsandCrits for live show announcements. If you liked today's episode, leave us a 5-star rating and review on iTunes. Music on today's show is performed by Leon Lischner and Dennis Murphy's Polka, which can be found at Free Music Archives. Links provided in description.
I'm gonna put on my long white robe down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the